Hello, my friend. I'm so excited to get into your 2024 horoscopes. Oh my goodness. Let's get into it. Let's just dive right in. And let's start off, of course, with Aries suns and Aries risings. Okay, Aries, I am super excited about 2024 for you. I'm going to start off with your general area of focus, and then I'm going to go into your career and relationships. So, starting off with your general area of focus, you have been dedicated trying to better your mental health in the past year with Saturn in Pisces. Now, Saturn will remain in Pisces for the entire year of 2024. This is really getting disciplined in terms of your sense of spirituality, understanding how to protect your energy, understanding, okay, what can you do to set more boundaries when it comes to your mental health, how to really unravel and start breaking more cycles when it comes to any karmic cycles that you might be carrying forth this lifetime. This entire year, you're trying to figure out, okay, what kind of routine in terms of your daily routine, in terms of your health, really works for you so that you can feel stronger mentally, so that you can feel more spiritually aligned. This energy also looks like trying to set boundaries with what's going on globally in terms of what's best for your mental health, but how can you still show up in a way that feels good to you, that feels authentic to you, that feels like you're helping. From June 29th to November 14th, Saturn will go retrograde. This period of time, you'll be rethinking your systems and structures when it comes to your boundaries, your sense of spirituality, your mental health, what brings you peace. So you'll be more introspective from June 29th to November 14th. Now, what I do love about this year, so Jupiter will finally go direct on December 31st, 2023. So with Jupiter in Taurus, this is great, honestly. So you have more opportunities to grow your finances, which is great. You might also be really seeing your self-worth and self-value in a new light. You could just feel a lot more confident and more inspired, especially when it comes to your creative practice and what you do to nourish yourself. So think very Taurus qualities, very Venusian qualities. You might also purchase a lot more in the new year. What are some practical things you really need? You could also be really trying to grow your sense of safety and what that looks like for you specifically. So maybe this is your physical environment, maybe this is organizing your finances, maybe this is talking to yourself in a kinder way and figuring out how do you want to feel and what are the things you have to do every day to just feel more optimistic and consistent and more abundant. So Jupiter will stay here until May 25th. And then after May 25th, Jupiter will go into your third house. So, what this means is you'll be growing your community, especially your local community during this time. You could get more opportunities to speak, to go to conferences, to explore more places in your local neighborhood, to go to a new coffee shop or to do more speaking engagements. Maybe you will be presenting more in terms of your work. You could also try and really develop your communication style in a different way. This is a very uplifting energy, especially when it comes to your close friends. So you could be developing your relationship with your close friends a lot more near the end of next year. Now, I will also say this is really beneficial for your relationships with siblings. If you have any siblings, you could just feel like you're getting along a lot better, or you could just be chatting more with them. You could also just be in a more friendly mood to your neighbors, and you could have some really beneficial contacts with neighbors. So, this is a great energy to network in your local community. This is a great energy to just feeling more inspired by the communication you're doing. Now, since 2023, the North Node is in your sign. and it will continue to be in your sign for the entirety of 2024. Focusing on yourself, you've been focusing on how to be more bold, how to be more outspoken, how to take action towards what you care about, how to really think about what is best for you. What do you actually want? Now, there is a solar eclipse at 19 degrees on April 8th, 2024, in your sign. This is a brand new beginning in terms of how you see yourself, your identity. You could be starting a new workout routine. You could be getting a new wardrobe, having a new sense of style. You could just feel different as a person. This could kind of feel like a rebirth. Eclipses are very chaotic times, but they're very transformational times of pivotal points in our lives. So take note of April 8th for you because that's going to be huge. Now, I also want to mention that there's also another event happening in Aries with Chiron meeting up with the North Node in your sign on February 19th, 2024. So this does not happen often. With Chiron meeting up with the North Node in your sign, old wounds around your sense of worthiness, your sense of feeling good enough, your sense of who you are and how you see yourself, and how you've been taking care of yourself can come up during this time. However, I think it's going to be a very healing experience for you. Just know that some old triggers can come up during this time, but they're coming up for you to heal. They're coming up for you to see, okay, how much inner work have you done on yourself? How much shadow work have you done on yourself? How much healing have you done? And are you actually feeling your feelings? And how are you moving forward from it? So this will be a very powerful day. I think this will really shift things for you in terms of healing through things that might still be lingering. We also have one eclipse in Pisces next year, and this will affect your mental health. This will affect your sense of spirituality. This will affect how you protect your energy. And this is a lunar eclipse at 25 degrees of Pisces on September 17th, 2024. So you could be closing out a chapter when it comes to how you've been dealing with your mental health, how you feel about your ancestry. I will say this could also bring up a storyline in terms of your spirit guides, in terms of your ancestors, and this energy can help you let go of the past so that you can find more peace. This could close a chapter that is really, really helpful for you to move on from a difficult, limiting belief, or this could end a chapter in terms of how you have been dealing with your mental health. Maybe you'll start dealing with it in a different way. Or you could be letting go of a bad habit. Maybe you stop drinking, or maybe you let go of something that just doesn't serve you anymore. Now let's get into your career. I'm super excited for this. Jupiter moving forward in Taurus from the beginning of this year until May 25th. This is expanding your resources. This is expanding the money you earn. So you could have more opportunities to make more money with a new income stream. Maybe you find out a different way to make money. Maybe this is getting a new client or a part-time job or a grant, something that really makes you feel a lot more abundant. Now, we have this rare Jupiter and Uranus conjunction happening in Taurus on April 20th. I see this as either a mental breakthrough when it comes to your self-worth and self-value, but also you could get a sudden influx of money from nowhere. You could get some unexpected money things happening for you. This could also just be a mental breakthrough in terms of how you see money. So maybe your mindset shifts dramatically with how you perceive money in terms of a resource, in terms of how you use money. Maybe you make a connection to your past. Maybe you make an association with your childhood. This could be so many things. Uranus energy is expect the unexpected. It may not be exactly what you think, but this is a very interesting surprise. So Pluto has been in your career sector for a very, very long time. It will be leaving on January 12th and moving into Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto has been really transforming your career, your public image, your relationship with mentors, what you truly want to be doing, what legacy you want to leave behind. Pluto will retrograde back into Capricorn September 1st, 2024 to November 19th, 2024. This is great to note because there's still something that you might change when it comes to your career, when it comes to the legacy you want to leave behind, when it comes to how you want the public to see you. Now, with Pluto moving into your 11th house, this will start transforming your networks, your income that you receive when it comes to your career. This is from January 20th to September 1st, 2024. And then after November 19th, it will stay here until 2044, which is a very, very long time. So Pluto moving into Aquarius is going to completely transform your community, your networks, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, how you relate to your friends, how you post on social media. You could potentially try and change how you appear online. You can join a lot more communities. You could be networking a lot and trying to connect more people together. In the sign of Aquarius, this is a lot to do with revolution, with forward thinking ideas. You could really be connecting with people who are very future oriented, something technology based or community based that feels really real. So I'm super excited for you, Aries. Now, for your relationships, Jupiter moving into Gemini after May 25th, 2024, is really going to give you this opportunity to grow your relationships with close friends, with your local community, with your siblings. I see this as a very expansive energy. Your communication is going to really improve with the people closest to you. This is really lovely. This is a lovely, lovely energy. Now, what's really interesting is relationships have been in the forefront for you since the South Node is in Libra and the North Node has been in your sign. So you've been letting go of relationships a lot in the last year. You've been trying to figure out which one-on-one relationships are best for you. May this be romantic relationships, business partnerships, friendships. You're trying to figure out, okay, who am I just in relationship with because I'm people pleasing? Who actually really values who I am and allows me to be who I want to be? With the South Node continuing to be in Libra next year, you're really releasing more relationships that no longer serve you. However, you could also be connecting more with one on one partners to see which ones are aligned for you. On March 25th, 2024, you'll have a lunar eclipse in Libra at 5 degrees. This is an ending and closing of a chapter when it comes to your one on one relationships. So, again, this is business partnerships, friendships, or a romantic relationship. Now, you could just be realizing that you're dealing with relationships in a different way, and you could just be closing a chapter as to, okay, maybe I have to distance myself from a specific person. Maybe I need to focus and prioritize how I show up in relationships in a different way. What does that look like for me? How does that feel like for me? Because on October 2nd, 2024, you're going to have a new beginning in this area of life with a solar eclipse in Libra at 10 degrees. So, this is a brand new beginning in terms of your relationships. And this is very exciting. Eclipses can feel very chaotic but faded. A lot of one on one partners that you meet next year can just feel very spiritually aligned. Some of them you're going to learn lessons from, and they may not stay in your life. Yet others, you could really feel like, okay, this is a really great friend, or this is someone I really want to learn from in terms of a mentor, or I just want to focus on cultivating more intimacy with the relationships I really care about. I'm excited for you. It's a beautiful solar eclipse at 10 degrees of Libra on October 2nd. Now, we end off the year with a Mars in Leo retrograde. Now, with Mars in Leo retrograde at the end of this year, this is your chart ruler. So you could be rethinking a lot when it comes to the people you used to date, what is actually fun for you, what is your creative practice. This is happening in your fifth house of creativity, self expression, dating, what's fun. This is also the house of children. If you have children, you start interacting with them in a different way in terms of play, in terms of taking care of them. Mars retrogrades can be a bit frustrating, so keep this in mind. I wouldn't plan any heavy work at the end of 2024. This is super, super important. But this can still be a very healing time for you to really rethink, okay, how are you expressing yourself? What feels good to you? What feels fun for you? What feels like a good date to go on? Past relationships can come up during this time, and maybe you just hear about someone from your past. You could really be rethinking how you take action and work. I'm so excited for you, Aries. Keep me posted on what happens for you. If you want to see how this all relates to your specific birth chart, you can check out my 2024 readings. I have a few spots left for January. Or if you'd like a birth chart reading or solar return reading from me, check out the link for that down below. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so much love. Take care. All right, Taurus, Taurus suns and Taurus risings. I am super excited about next year for you. Honestly, you're one of the main characters, again, because Jupiter is in your sign, and I know that a lot of Tauruses are upset with me because they're like, okay, why wasn't this year as great as I thought it would be? But I know so many Tauruses who have gotten amazing opportunities, who have felt more abundant, who have felt their ability to grow and expand in amazing ways because of Jupiter in Taurus. Now, the reason why things might not have felt as expansive as you would like is because Jupiter has been retrograde since September 2023, and Jupiter will finally go direct on December 31st, 2023, meaning that the beginning half of next year until May 25th, Jupiter is direct in your sign. This is great. This is feeling a lot more uplifted and optimistic, especially about who you are. You could just feel more magnetic and abundant. So I love this energy for you, Taurus. I think this is going to just make you feel much more expansive, but also optimistic. All right, let's get into your general area of focus. Now, we do have a rare Jupiter and Uranus conjunction happening in your sign on April 20th, 2024. Now, this is a very interesting surprise that you might receive. You could get a gift this day. You could suddenly want to change your style. You could suddenly want to change your workout routine. You could get this sudden breakthrough around who you are in a completely new way. This is a very expansive energy. With Uranus involved, expect the unexpected. Things can turn out differently than what you plan, so take note of this. However, I still think this might be a very lovely day. I think what's really important about this day is to not do anything too strenuous with your body. Do not overwork yourself. Do not do a very, very intense workout routine this day because you don't know what to expect on April 20th. So, very good to keep in mind. You do not want to strain your body, do not overextend yourself. But other than that, you can get a very lovely surprise. So, take note of this day, see what happens for you, see how you feel. You could just become very spontaneous this day and decide to do something that you normally would not do. Now, Jupiter in Gemini moving into your second house after May 25th, you're growing your sense of finances, which is great. You are really growing your sense of self-worth and self-value. This is super, super lovely. You could just feel more confident in the work you're doing. You could feel more confident in terms of who you are, how you see yourself. This is very, very nice. And you could have a lot more conversations about what you value and what's important to you. You could also be investing more in communication. Maybe this is a course, maybe this is podcast equipment. It'll be very interesting to see what this looks like for you. Another thing to note is the North Node has been in Aries and the South Node has been in Libra since 2023, and it will stay here in 2024. Now we have some major events happening with the North and South Node. The North Node is what we're focusing on, and the South Node is what we're releasing. So with the North Node in Aries, you will be really trying to focus on your mental health, your sense of spirituality, breaking cycles, breaking any limiting beliefs that you have. You could be focusing on what's hidden, what's unseen, uncovering the truth of situations, especially situations overseas. You could be focusing on a lot of research or things that help you uncover whatever can give you more peace. You have a solar eclipse happening in your 12th house in Aries at 19 degrees on April 8th, 2024. This is a brand new beginning for you around your mental health, your sense of spirituality. You could just feel very spiritually called to do something new for your mental health. You could feel like you could do something new when it comes to connecting with your ancestors in a different way. Chiron will be conjunct the North Node in Aries on February 19th, 2024. Now, this is a rare event where can activate a potential trigger when it comes to your past, when it comes to your mental health, and this is ultimately bringing it up for you to heal. This is ultimately a good thing for you to heal through, to understand, okay, what can I do for myself to find more peace? What can I do for myself to let go of the past? What can I do for myself that allows me to see that I am worthy of more? I'm worthy and deserving of a lot more than you ever thought. So, really, really great to note. Let's get into your career. We have that Jupiter and Uranus conjunction in Taurus on April 20th in your first house. This is a very attractive day in terms of who you are. Someone could potentially think of you in terms of work, in terms of a job. You are being highlighted in some way. Keep this in mind with Jupiter in your first house until May 25th. You could just be more attractive or magnetic when it comes to opportunities for your career. Now, Pluto moving into Aquarius next year from January 20th to September 1st, 2024, this is going to completely transform your career. This is going to be a complete overhaul of your career until 2044. This is going to be exciting. This is going to take some time. You're going to really unearth what is working in your career. You could be transforming how you appear to the public. You could be transforming how you relate to your mentors or to bosses. You could be changing what you really want to leave behind in terms of your legacy. Pluto will go back into Capricorn after September 1st until November 19th. And this will transition back into your ninth house of higher education, travel, publishing, law. So from September 1st to November 19th, you could be going back to a writing project or a publishing project, finishing up a course, teaching a course, finishing up something in terms of legal documents, traveling somewhere that you've been before. You could also just feel there's something you're still learning in terms of your sense of spirituality and bigger perspective on life. Now, what's also very interesting is Saturn in Pisces will be in your 11th house for the entire year of 2024. Saturn has been in your 11th house in Pisces for quite a bit of time, where you're just going to get more disciplined and continue to work and build when it comes to your community, your social media channels, when it comes to networking, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, how you relate to the public, setting more boundaries when it comes to community and friendships and networks. So you're really building this year in terms of these topics. And you could also just be learning how to set more boundaries when it comes to these areas. Now, Saturn will go retrograde from June 29th to November 14th, 2024. So you will be rebuilding a lot during this time. Maybe you will switch up your social media content. Maybe you will go back to a previous community or network that you were very close to in the past. Maybe you will reestablish a relationship with an old friend. Then on September 17th, 2024, we'll have our first eclipse in Pisces with a lunar eclipse in Pisces. Now, this is a closing of a chapter when it comes to your community, your networks, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions. So you could be saying goodbye to a community, you could be letting go of a dream that you no longer feel aligned to, you could be saying goodbye to a friend or closing a social media channel. Now, Jupiter will move into Gemini after May 25th in your second house. And I spoke on this, but this is going to give you some more opportunities to make more money. This is going to give you potential opportunities in terms of extra income streams. So maybe you'll get different job offers, or maybe you'll think of different ideas in terms of selling during this time. This is really, really great to note. You could also be raising your rate when it comes to your career, and you could just feel more confident in doing so. Now, with the South Node in Libra in your sixth house in 2024, you're closing a chapter when it comes to your day to day work, your day to day routine, your health. So, with the South Node in Libra, on March 25th, 2024, we have a lunar eclipse in Libra at 5 degrees, and this is closing a chapter for you when it comes to your day to day work, your routine, your health, your schedule, how you take care of yourself, and also your coworkers. So you could be saying goodbye to a coworker, you could be wrapping up a work project, you could be leaving a workplace, you could be in a place where you end a chapter with a situation when it comes to your health. You're in a place of letting go. So eclipses are very intense periods of time. They're very faded. Time can feel sped up during this time. So this is great to note that you'll be closing a chapter in this area of life for you. Now you will be beginning a new chapter in this area of life on October 2nd, 2024, with a solar eclipse at 10 degrees of Libra. So this is a brand new beginning in terms of your health, your day-to-day work, your routine. You could be getting a pet, or if you have a pet already, you could be establishing a new relationship with them in some form. This is a powerful new beginning for you. So something is changing for you where you could be realizing that you want to do something else day to day and take on a different job, or you can get a new client, or you could find out a new routine for yourself that betters your physical health. So maybe you start a new workout routine that works for you, or maybe you change up your schedule to really help you feel better in your body. So I love this for you, Taurus. Let's get into your relationships. So for relationships, I really want to highlight Saturn and Pisces for you. With Saturn and Pisces for you, for the entire year, you're really working on building your relationships and strengthening them to become very stable and grounded, but mainly focusing on your community and friendships as well as networks. So throughout the entire year, you're trying to figure out when to set boundaries with certain friends, when to go into a new community, when to leave a community, when to network, how to build better systems and structures when it comes to the spiritual community, more specifically, as well as the creative community. Now, Jupiter in your sign until May 25th makes you very attractive to relationships. This is great to note. You could just feel very magnetic and very attractive and just feeling yourself. This is super, super lucky. This is so nice. So if you're looking to date, keep this in mind. You'll appear very attractive, which is really, really lovely. You're going to appear a lot more growth oriented, more optimistic. Now, you do have a lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 17th, so you might say goodbye to a certain friendship or community or network this day. Now, it's great to keep in mind Mars will go retrograde in the sign of Leo at the end of this year. This will affect your one-on-one relationships directly, especially relationships with your family. So you could feel like you have to reassess how you interact with certain members of your family. You could feel like you have to navigate them in a different way. You could feel like you have to reassess a relationship with a roommate, and things can feel a bit more passive aggressive. Things can feel a bit more confusing when it comes to one on one partnerships. So keep this in mind for the end of this year. Really reflect on how you're spending your energy with your one on one relationships and which boundaries you need to put in place when it comes to family members, when it comes to father figures or siblings or cousins or anyone you live with. So keep this in mind. So I'm so excited for you, Taurus. Happy 2024. Please keep me posted. All right, Gemini suns and Gemini risings. Let's dive into your general area of focus for 2024. Jupiter will go direct in your 12th house until May 25th of 2024, and this is going to help you expand and grow your sense of spirituality. It will help you expand and grow what energetic limits you feel you have. You might be really trying to better your mental health during this time. You could be in a place where you're trying to extend your reach overseas in some form, but also figuring out what would bring you more peace. Now, Jupiter will enter your sign after May 25th, and this is going to be a bit more of an exciting time for you. Jupiter loves to grow and expand, so after May 25th, you could feel like you're growing even more rapidly. May this be through how you see yourself, your identity, but then also how you appear to other people and relationships. This could make you more magnetic. You could feel luckier. This is super, super lovely. I love this energy for you. This is why you're one of the main characters of 2024. Use this energy to really do things that you love, to really embrace different aspects of yourself. This will also be a great time to start a new workout routine or buy a new wardrobe or take care of your health in a different way. Now, Pluto will move into Aquarius on January 20th to September 1st, 2024. This is going to completely transform your sense of spirituality, your travel plans, publishing, higher education, law, anything, any legal matters you may have. You could be in a place where you want to publish more, maybe publish a book or get inspired for that, or be interviewed, start a podcast. These are just some examples, but you could get more inspired to lean into this, especially until 2044. So it's going to be here for a long time. Now, Pluto will retrograde back into Capricorn from September 1st to November 19th. Pluto will go back into your 8th house, so you will still be purging a lot when it comes to any intimacy issues that you struggle with, any fears and doubts that are lingering within you, how you see your past, how you look at how you heal, how you deal with any trauma, and how you try and uncover what's in the past so you can move forward and heal in a different way. So you could also be letting go of any investments, loans, trying to transform what would work best for you. In terms of that, you could also be trying to change any shared resources you may have. So maybe you will try and purge any old belongings from exes. Maybe you will close down a bank that you have and open up a new one somewhere else. Maybe you're learning, okay, what is the best use of my energy and how do I transform this? How do I also transform my partnerships and collaborations in a different way? This is more so a shared resource you have. So maybe it is an income stream you have with someone else, or a shared space that you have that maybe you want to redecorate. So Pluto will go back into Aquarius after November 19th. So, and it will stay here till 2044. So you'll be really trying to completely change how you publish, how you connect to your spirituality, how you learn, how you travel, and what that looks like for you. Now, we do have a Jupiter Uranus conjunction happening in Taurus in 2024, which is a very rare occurrence. So, around April 20th, you could just get a breakthrough when it comes to your past, when it comes to your mental health, when it comes to your ancestors, when it comes to how you protect your energy. Expect the unexpected with this energy. This is going to be a huge growth opportunity for you. You could just finally let go of a limiting belief that has been holding you back. You could just make this huge breakthrough around how you've been taking care of yourself. And if you've been repeating any family patterns, this could become more aware to you around the state so that you can break them if it's something you do not want for yourself and your future. So, really helpful to note. Now, let's get into your career. So, for your career, Saturn is in Pisces in your 10th house for the entire year of 2024. So, we already have Saturn in Pisces, so this is not new, but you will just be continuing building your systems and structures when it comes to your work, when it comes to being seen in the public, when it comes to the legacy you want to leave behind in this world. You're looking to leave behind a legacy that really, really reflects your community, especially those who are less privileged. You're looking to leave behind a legacy that really is creative, that is nurturing and empathetic, that is spiritual, and you're looking to figure out what boundaries you need to set in place when it comes to the work you're doing as well. So you're building authority this year. This is a huge year for your career. People are going to see you as an authority figure and they'll respect you more for it. It is a lot of work in your career. So this is great. Things can feel a little bit more hard because you're in these building stages, but this is still really, really helpful for you. This is helping you figure out, okay, what is best for you long term. Saturn will go retrograde from June 29th to November 14th, 2024. This is going to make you rethink your systems and structures when it comes to your career, the legacy you're leaving behind, and what works best for you. You could go back to an old project, you could go back to an old boss to talk to them. Your company could restructure, you could restructure your business plans. This will be a time of reassessment for you. There's an ending in this area of life for you on September 17th, 2024, with a lunar eclipse in Pisces at 25 degrees. Now, for you, you could be letting go of a job, you could be saying goodbye to a manager, you could be ending a big project that you just completed, you could be finally putting out something to the world. So maybe you would be working on a big campaign and you finally publish it. You could get an interview and it could be released around this date. So, really, really great to keep in mind. The eclipses will mainly be in Aries and Libra throughout 2024. So, this is the first lunar eclipse in Pisces we will have from this series. Now, the North Node being in Aries all of next year, so you'll still have this really big focus on your community, growing your community, your networks, your friendships, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, and your social media channels and what that looks like for you. Now, there's a solar eclipse in Aries on April 8th, 2024 at 19 degrees. This is a brand new beginning for you when it comes to your community, your networks, your dreams, your goals. So this could potentially be starting something that is really, really huge for you. This could be a brand new opportunity. This could be you joining a new community. This could be you putting out something on social media that you feel very proud of. So keep this date in mind. Eclipses are very faded and intense times, so I'm very excited to see what happens for you. Now, Jupiter in Gemini after May 25th for you will affect your career. Even though it's happening in your first house, all eyes are on you. And this is great when people try to think of someone to offer opportunities to. This is great for you in terms of believing in yourself, in terms of what you're doing for your career. This is great for you when it comes to just seeing yourself in a very expansive way that feels very magnetic. So, this is really going to help your career in a way that just feels more uplifting and optimistic because you're seeing yourself in a new light. Now let's dig into relationships. With Jupiter in Gemini after May 25th, because you feel so magnetic, because you feel more abundant and lucky, people are going to be drawn to that. So this will be a great time to date. This will also be a great time to connect with people who are very expansive for you and who are very growth oriented. You could just feel like your relationships are really helping you and really seeing you in a new light. This is just a great time to put yourself out there because people are going to see that magnetic energy you have with Jupiter in your sign. Now, what's also very interesting if you're looking to date, you could also take the next stage in a relationship during this time because you want to grow the relationship in a different way. So that's super, super exciting. Then on March 25th, 2024, we have a lunar eclipse in Libra happening at 5 degrees in your 5th house. So this is a closing of a chapter when it comes to your creativity, self-expression, but also your dating life. So you could be saying goodbye to someone you've been dating or saying goodbye to a past relationship in a different way. You could be reflecting on past relationships or flings. Maybe you hear news about them. You could also just be completing a creative project or ending how you approach a relationship with a child. May this be your own children or family members' children. If you have any children, this could just be ending a way in terms of something that's happening in their life. Maybe they end a program. Now, on October 2nd, we have a solar eclipse in Libra happening at 10 degrees. So, this is a brand new beginning when it comes to dating for you. Maybe you get more opportunities to go on more fun dates. Eclipses are very fated times. You can meet some people that really change your life in a completely different way. This could be a time where you might start a new creative project or you feel very in tune with your creative expression. You could also just be putting yourself out there when it comes to dating, or if you're in a relationship, maybe you go on a date that is very transformative for you. What's also happening for you is the North Node in Aries will be in your 11th house for all of next year, and we'll have a solar eclipse in Aries at 19 degrees on April 8th, 2024. So this is a brand new beginning when it comes to your community, when it comes to your networks, when it comes to your friendship circle. So maybe you get a new friend during this time. You could just be really pulled to join a new community or join a new network or start a community of your own. Chiron will be conjunct the North Node on February 19th, 2024 in this area of life for you. This could open up an old wound when it comes to a friendship, when it comes to a community, and ultimately this is going to be helpful because even though an old trigger can come up, you are healing your sense of worthiness when it comes to your friendships. So perhaps you're seeing your friends show up for you in a different way that you didn't expect. Maybe you are releasing a lot from the past and healing so that you can connect more with people that really, really want to be with you, that really want to uplift you, or you could just feel like you're being very called to focus on community and how you can help heal your community by just listening to them, by just showing up for them. December 6th and onwards could be rethinking a lot in terms of how you take action and navigate a sibling relationship if you have siblings, or the close friends in your life. You could also be rethinking how you communicate with them if you have to change up your communication style in some way. This can be a little bit frustrating. People can be a bit more passive aggressive, so keep this in mind. You might also be unclear in terms of the actions you're taking. This will be a more reflective time, yet Mars retrogrades can be very, very annoying, yet they help us see, are my actions aligning to my values, or do I have to navigate and take action in a different way? So I'm super, super excited for you, Gemini. Please keep me posted on what happens for you. Happy 2024. All right, Cancer suns and Cancer risings. So your general area of focus in 2024 is you'll be working really, really hard to maintain what you've built for yourself when it comes to your higher education, when it comes to travel, when it comes to your sense of spirituality. You'll be really working on this. You could be working hard to become an authority figure in this way. Maybe you are releasing a course, maybe you're finishing up a course, maybe you are doing a meditation retreat, or trying to build something that just feels very spiritually aligned for you. You could also be trying to build more systems and structures when it comes to publishing. Maybe this is starting a podcast for you, or learning something new that really, really expands your mind. This could also be a time where you're working hard on any legal documents if you have anything outstanding for that. Saturn will go retrograde from June 29th to November 14th. So during this time, you're going to be rethinking any systems and structures you've built when it comes to your sense of spirituality, publishing, and higher education. So this could be a time where you might have to go back and finish a course, or you could go back to school, you could travel somewhere that you've been before, you could finish a book that you started or reread a book. You could be in a place where you go back to a spiritual practice that you really, really need. Keep this in mind. You'll have a lunar eclipse at 25 degrees of Pisces in this area of life on September 17th, 2024. So for you, this will be a closing of a chapter when it comes to your higher education, publishing, or spirituality, and perspective on life in the world. So maybe something changes where you just completely change your belief system. Maybe something happens where you have to travel somewhere and you're ending a trip that really has expanded your mind. Maybe you finish a course or graduate, or maybe you finish that book. Now Jupiter will go into Gemini after May 25th, 2024 in your 12th house. So after May 25th, you're going to really focus on growing your sense of spirituality even more. You could be really seeking more peace, really seeking how to connect to your ancestors or spirit guides in a different way. You could be trying to really protect your energy during this time, or really looking to look to the past to see how you can view things differently. You're trying to really expand what's possible for you energetically, of okay, what are you really learning this lifetime? How can you grow as much as possible this lifetime? And what does that look like for you? What feels good to you? So you'll really be focused on your mental health after May 25th, especially as to what will bring you more peace long term. Now, on March 25th, 2024, you'll have a lunar eclipse in Libra at 5 degrees in your fourth house of home. So this will be closing a chapter when it comes to your home life. You could be moving, you could be redecorating, you could be in a place where you are setting more boundaries with family members, or kind of letting go of what you thought your family life would look like. The North Node will be in Aries and the South Node will be in Libra all of next year. So this is really important to note, because all of next year you're really releasing a lot when it comes to past family patterns, when it comes to ideas of what home looks like for you. So keep this in mind. I feel like you'll be going through a very transformational state as to how you connect to home and how this relates to who you are and your introspection and reflection within yourself. Now, on October 2nd, 2024, you'll have a solar eclipse in Libra at 10 degrees in your family sector. So, this is a brand new beginning when it comes to your sense of home, when it comes to your family life, when it comes to introspection. So, this could look like having a new member to your family. This could look like moving. This could look like repainting your room or redecorating or being in a place where you just want to create a new routine for yourself at home. Maybe you get a new roommate, or maybe you navigate a situation at home in a completely new way. Because your home sector is ruled by Libra, relationships are very highlighted for you when it comes to home. So keep this in mind. I feel like you're reassessing what peace looks like for you a lot in 2024 when it comes to your home life, releasing a lot of family patterns, and when it comes to creating something new for yourself that feels very faded. Eclipses are very, very intense. So keep this in mind. And I also want to highlight that we have a Mars retrograde in Leo happening after December 6th, 2024. And for you, this is happening in your second house of self-worth and self-value, but also finances. So after December 6th, you could really be focusing on reorganizing your finances, but also how you can work on your self-worth and self-value even more so. How do you show up for yourself? What are the actions you're doing to show you that you care about yourself? Mars retrogrades can be a bit more frustrating. They can be very annoying. Just keep this in mind, but I do feel like it's a very helpful time for you to really work on building your self-esteem, building the courage to ask for more money, to ask for a raise, but also building a sense of safety within yourself. Now going into your career, for your career, the North Node in Aries will remain in your career sector all of 2024. So for you, you have a brand new beginning happening in your career sector on April 8th, 2024, the solar eclipse in Aries at 19 degrees. This is a very monumental time. This is a brand new beginning in terms of how the public sees you, in terms of the legacy you're leaving behind, in terms of the work you're doing. Maybe you start a new job, maybe you get a new manager, maybe you get a promotion, maybe you get highlighted or featured in a magazine. This is a very exciting time for you. Now, what's also important to note, we do have a rare occurrence of Chiron conjunct the North Node in Aries in your 10th house on February 19th. So, this period of time, something at work could happen where it opens up an old wound when it comes to your worthiness. So, this can feel very uncomfortable. You could get this trigger that makes you realize that you have to work even more on your sense of worthiness. However, it could be a very healing experience for you when you start to realize maybe you want to do more healing work in the future. Maybe you want to leave a legacy of healing. Maybe you want to help more people with this. Maybe this be through mindset work. Maybe this be through coaching. Maybe this is through taking care of your body. This could be so many things for you with an Aries midheaven. So keep this state in mind. See what happens for you. It could be a very faded event where you're learning more about yourself based on your career. Now, what's also important to note is Jupiter will be direct in the sign of Taurus until May 25th, and for you, this is going to help you grow your community, your networks, your connections, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions. You could earn more money by the work you're doing. You could get a raise during this time. You could be in a place where you connect with more people that help you with your dreams. This is a very beneficial energy. This is super, super lovely. This will be a time where you want to connect with as many people as possible Try not to burn out during this time. This energy is really great for posting on social media, by the way. If you want to grow your social media channels, this is the time to do so. There is another rare occurrence with Jupiter and Uranus being conjunct in the sign of Taurus on April 20th, 2024. Now, for you, this is maybe a sudden surprise when it comes to a connection or a network or a community. You could decide to join a community and it completely surprises you. Expect the unexpected with this energy. This could also be like just a really lucky, spontaneous thing that happens to you. Maybe you get a new opportunity through a connection you met one night that you didn't expect to meet because you weren't supposed to be there. Keep this in mind. Make sure you do not burn yourself out with this energy, though. Try not to overbook yourself on April 20th, but really see what you feel called to do that day because a lot of surprising things can come up for you. And this could also just be a breakthrough for you when it comes to how you're growing your community, what that looks like for you, and what that feels like to you, and how that can help you with your dreams and goals and ambitions. So after December 6th, Mars will be retrograde in the sign of Leo in your money house. So you could be rethinking your finances in a different way or your income streams, how you make your money, your self-worth, your self-value. This will contribute to your career because you're reassessing, okay, is this the way I want to make money? What does this look like for me? What feels good to me? How do I better my self-esteem in terms of this? Let's get into your relationships, Cancer. So, Pluto has been in your relationship sector for a very long time, and Pluto will move into Aquarius from January 20th to September 1st, 2024. This will affect your sense of intimacy with others. This will completely transform how you think about your past, how you're healing through past triggers and pain, how you share your resources with loved ones. This will also transform your investments and loans. So, with Pluto in Aquarius, could transform how you view sex. You could transform and really start digging deeper into spirituality, but what's hidden. Maybe you start to try and talk to your spirit guides even more so. Maybe you are looking to connect more with things that are more taboo. Maybe this is astrology, maybe this is tarot, something that is hidden. You'll be looking to really purge things that are lingering from your past with this energy. Now, Pluto will move back into Capricorn after September 1st until November 19th. So for you, Pluto in Capricorn has been completely transforming your one-on-one relationships, especially business partnerships, romantic relationships, and friendships. So you have been in this process where you could have met a lot of intense one-on-one individuals. You could have really changed your relationships over the last few years. And with Pluto moving back into Capricorn, there might still be a few things you need to learn from your one on one partnerships. And maybe one or two you still need to purge. You've also been reflecting on power dynamics in relationships and what feels best for you, how you can change that energy, how you can transmute that energy. So keep this in mind. After November 19th, Pluto will move back into Aquarius, into your 8th house, and it will stay here till 2044. Because then you'll have a lot of time to really dig deep into what healing work you want to be doing, what from your past you need to let go of, what your relationship to intimacy looks like. Then, in terms of relationships, Jupiter in Taurus until May 25th is still a very, very expansive time for you when it comes to your community, your connections, your network. So, you're really focusing on growing your community in 2024, what that looks like for you, maybe finding more people who are very growth oriented. Now, what's also great to note in your terms of your relationships is a lot of the relationships you form in 2024 could be formed through school, through education, through publishing, through spirituality, or through law. in some form, or maybe someone you meet through your travels. So you're building out these relationships a lot in 2024. And between June 29th to November 14th, 2024, you could be reassessing them of, okay, which do you need to set more boundaries with? Which relationships do you feel more pulled to build towards? So keep this in mind. You could meet someone at school, you could meet someone in a class, you could meet someone through your travels, you could meet someone that really cares about spirituality, maybe meeting them through a meditation class. So I'm excited for you, Cancer. I feel like next year is going to be a really, really expansive time for you. I think it's going to be a wonderful year for you. Keep me posted on what happens for you. All right, Leo suns and Leo risings. So 2024, you are continuing to build more systems and structures when it comes to your investments, your loans, your grants, and also building more shared resources with any partners you may have, yet also focusing on hard work when it comes to your healing. This could be really building something that feels like a stable foundation when it comes to how you view the past. This is also building a more solid foundation when it comes to really working through your triggers, maybe knowing a process or a technique that helps you through this. This could look like therapy, this could look like different healing modalities in regards to this. So you're continuing to work on this for all of 2024. Now, Saturn in Pisces will be retrograde June 29th to November 14th, 2024. This will make you rethink a lot when it comes to your investments, your loans, shared resources, the healing work you're doing. Maybe you think of a new healing technique that you want to incorporate, or maybe you go back to a previous technique that worked better for you. You could also just be trying to figure out how to work through any intimacy issues or any type of unseen thing that has been limiting you in any way. So you're trying to work through this and build a more solid foundation for yourself, as well as setting energetic boundaries with other people, and also setting boundaries with other people's problems. If people keep sharing other people's problems with you, you could be trying to figure out how to set more boundaries when it comes to this. Now, we do have a lunar eclipse in Pisces at 25 degrees on September 17th, 2024. So during this time, you could be ending or closing down a chapter when it comes to your investments, your loans, any grants, any outstanding debt. Maybe you pay off a debt during this time. Maybe you end your time with a therapist, or maybe you change therapists, or maybe you finally let go of something that's been holding you back mentally or energetically that you needed to let go of. A lot around how you were raised can come up during this time, and reflecting on what you need to let go of from your past is going to be super, super helpful for you. Now, another big focus for you is having the North Node in Aries in your ninth house for all of 2024. This is what you'll be focusing on in terms of spirituality, in terms of publishing, travel, higher education, your perspective on the world, different cultures. You'll have a new beginning in this area of life on April 8th, 2024. So this is happening at 19 degrees. Now, for you, you could be traveling somewhere new, you could be in a place where you start a new course, you could start teaching a course, you could be starting a new spiritual routine. Maybe you go to a meditation retreat or start implementing yoga into your daily practice, or doing something that feels very energizing, very inspiring for you, that's very motivating. This could also look like publishing a book or a podcast. Now, Chiron is conjunct the North Node in Aries on February 19th, 2024. So for you, some old wounds can be brought up during this time where you are trying to figure out how to help more people heal. You could be taking a healing course during this time or teaching a healing course during this time. You could also be trying to figure out, okay, what can you do to remind yourself you're worthy of more, especially when it comes to publishing pursuits, especially when it comes to your sense of spirituality and how you're putting out your work into the world. You could also be opening up wounds in terms of travel. So just be aware of this. But this is still a very, very healing time for you. You're healing through this for a reason. You're healing through this to feel more worthy, to feel more confident, to feel more inspired about the work you're putting out into the world, but also how you are spiritually connected to something greater than yourself. Now, there's a Mars retrograde happening in your sign at the end of this year. This is starting December 6th, 2024. And for you, this will be impacting how you see yourself, your identity, your ego, like who you want to be. So you'll be in a place of trying to really work on yourself in a different way. Now, Mars retrogrades can be very annoying, they can be very frustrating. People from your past can come back around. With Mars in your sign, you could try to go back to a past person or a past situation, and you are in a different place though. So you could just feel very called to reconnect with people from your past. May this be exes or old friends, and it's helping you rethink your sense of identity. So ultimately, Mars retrogrades are very helpful times. They can just be very, very annoying. So keep this in mind. So be careful of being passive aggressive with this energy with Mars in your sign. But I do feel like you're going to rethink how you express yourself and what authenticity looks like for you. Now, focusing on your career, Jupiter moves direct in the sign of Taurus until May 25th, 2014, in your 10th house of career. So this is really, really great. You could get more opportunities in your career at the beginning of this year. So you could just feel very expansive. You could be seen more to the public. You could get interviewed more. You could have more beneficial connections with people during this time, especially managers or bosses. You could have more opportunities for jobs or work. This is a really, really lovely energy. You could just feel like the work you're putting out there is just something that is really expansive, that is helping you with your sense of stability, but also your creativity. And you're trying to figure out how to grow your legacy. You're trying to figure out what kind of legacy you want to leave behind. So you could be producing a lot more in terms of work. Now, Jupiter will be conjunct Uranus on April 20th, 2024. And for you, this could be a lovely surprise when it comes to work. Maybe you get a random opportunity. Maybe you get seen in a different way that you didn't expect. Expect the unexpected with this energy. I will say, do not overwork yourself this day. Do not overextend yourself this day. This is still very, very lovely energy for a mental breakthrough when it comes to your career, when it comes to your legacy. This is very, very exciting. Now, Jupiter will move into Gemini after May 25th, and it will enter your 11th house after this point. Now, Jupiter in Gemini will help you grow your community, your networks, your connections, your friendships. This is a very optimistic energy. This is a very lucky energy. This is helping you grow your dreams, your goals, your ambitions. This is great for your career. You could also get a new opportunity to increase your income from the work you're doing for your career. So keep this in mind. You could also have a lot more conversations. You could be talking to a lot of people at the end of this year, especially in your community. So you're trying to manage a lot. Be careful not to burn yourself out. Check out my Jupiter course if you do need help with this. Keep this in mind for after May 25th. Now, Pluto will enter Aquarius on January 20th, 2024, and then it will retrograde back into Capricorn from September 1st, 2024 to November 19th, 2024. So for you, Pluto in Capricorn has been completely transforming your day-to-day work, your routine, your health. It has helps you really purge systems and structures that were not working for you at work, and trying to really leave your routine in a completely different state than when it was. Pluto has been in Capricorn for over 17 years, so it's been a very long journey. Yet it will retrograde back during this time, so you'll still have time to purge something that's no longer working for you in your day-to-day work, your routine, your schedule, yet also any coworkers that may not be aligned for you anymore. Now let's get into your relationships. So Pluto will then move into Aquarius on January 20th to September 1st, 2024. For you, this is transforming your one-on-one relationships. So romantic relationships, business partnerships, friendships. And then after November 19th, Pluto will stay here till 2044. This is a very, very long time. Pluto will completely transform how you relate to other people. You could meet people who are very intense, very magnetic, very transformational. This could be a time where you connect to more coaches, mentors that transform your life. This could be a time where you are connecting to people who you have this very spiritual connection to. This is great to keep in mind. This will completely transform your relationships. It's important to keep in mind that Saturn will be in Pisces in your 8th house for the entire year. And for you, when it comes to your one-on-one relationships, for the entire year, you might have some spiritual connections, but you don't know what these bonds are. You could be trying to get more intimate with people, but there seems to be either a block or there seems to be something that you have to work around. Maybe you have some limiting beliefs around getting too close to a partner. Maybe you have to set boundaries with people around other people's problems and your problems. Maybe you have to set energetic boundaries next year around certain relationships, which ones are draining you, which ones are uplifting you. So Saturn in Pisces is really, really making you think about this and which relationships are really best for you long term. Now, Jupiter in Gemini after May 25th, as I said, will grow your community, your friendships, your networks. So keep this in mind. A lot of growth happening in your friendship sector, and you could just really be connecting with so many people during this time. Now, Mars retrograde in Leo in your first house at the end of this year, your relationships can look different at the end of this year. You will be rethinking certain relationships a lot, especially relationships from the past. So December is going to be a very important time for you to rethink how you take action in terms of your initiative when it comes to dating, how you've been limiting yourself when it comes to the type of action you are taking when it comes to relationships, and how you have to change things for yourself. Now, what's really interesting, you have a lunar eclipse happening in Libra on March 25th, 2024. So you're closing a chapter in your life when it comes to your close friendships and sibling relationships. Now, for you, this could look like maybe saying goodbye to a close friend, maybe they're going on a trip, or maybe you have to set more boundaries with them. This could also just look like letting go of how you see your close friends. Maybe you are changing your perspective on this, but also how you communicate in terms of your local neighborhood, in terms of your close connections, what that looks like for you. Now, you have a new beginning in this area of life on October 2nd, 2024. So this is exciting. It's happening at 10 degrees of Libra. So this will be a new beginning when it comes to your close circle of friends, when it comes to the people you feel very close to. This is also your siblings and local neighborhood. So you could get this opportunity to establish a new kind of relationship with a sibling or a different kind of rapport. Or this could also be getting closer to a friend or getting a new opportunity to visit a new part of your local neighborhood. This is ultimately also going to change how you communicate with those people and your communication style. You're learning, okay, how can you release any people pleasing when it comes to your close friends, when it comes to your siblings as well, because the South Node is in Libra for all of 2024. So keep this in mind. You're really trying to purge and let go of being overly accommodating, really trying to please people, and what that looks like for you. So I'm super, super excited for you, Leo. Keep me posted on what happens for you. All right, Virgo suns and Virgo risings. I'm so excited about 2024 for you. So, Jupiter will go direct in the sign of Taurus until May 25th in your ninth house in 2024. This is going to help you really grow and expand in terms of publishing pursuits, in terms of podcasting, in terms of courses, or what you're studying, what you're learning. You could be teaching something new, you could be traveling somewhere, you could be in a place where you're trying to really grow your reach in some form through your work. You could also be in a place where you're trying to really become very optimistic about your sense of spirituality. You could try to cultivate more spiritual practices for yourself, what that looks like for you. I love this energy for you, Virgo. You could also just get more opportunities to travel or to think about cultures in a different way. You're being super, super growth oriented, and you could just be investing more in terms of higher education, whatever that looks like for you. Now, what's really interesting is Jupiter and Uranus will be meeting up in the sign of Taurus on April 20th, 2024. This is a very rare occurrence. This for you is maybe a surprising thing happening for you when it comes to your publishing pursuits, when it comes to a course that you are either teaching or studying. This could also look like a lovely surprise, maybe a new opportunity to travel, or something that really shifts and changes and gives you a mental breakthrough around your sense of spirituality and how you relate to the world. I will say that if you are traveling during this time, to not overbook yourself. This could kind of burn people out. Keep this in mind. If you're worried about that, check out my Jupiter course because that will really, really prep you in terms of burnout when it comes to Jupiter. But this is still such a lovely, lovely, expansive time. Expect the unexpected though. Things can just happen during this date, so keep this in mind. Now, what's also interesting is the North Node will be in Aries in your eighth house for all of 2024, and you'll have a solar eclipse in Aries happening on April 8th. This for you looks like a brand new beginning in terms of your investments, your loans, your shared resources, but also healing work that you're doing. So, this could be a time where you start therapy. This could be a time when you implement a different healing modality that works better for you. In the sign of Aries, you could feel like a very spiritual pull to something being a bit more active. So maybe you are starting a physical routine like yoga or something that really connects to healing your past wounds and past pain through your body. Maybe this is somatic healing for you. So, this is a great solar eclipse to keep in mind. Chiron will be conjunct the North Node in Aries on February 19th, 2024. In this house, you could get a lot of old triggers coming up during this date around your sense of worthiness, around if you're good enough or what you truly, truly want. So keep this in mind. This is ultimately going to help you heal through any past hurt and pain when it comes to this. This is also going to be a time where you just feel very called to do something very, very healing. Maybe you get pulled in terms of launching a very healing service for yourself, or maybe you are healing any type of money issues when it comes to not looking at your finances and you're seeing money in a different perspective or way. Great to keep in mind. Then, what's also interesting when it relates to money is the South Node is currently in Libra in your second house, and it will stay there for all of 2024. Now, you'll have a lunar eclipse in Libra on March 25th, so you'll be ending a chapter when it comes to an income stream, or maybe this is a client finishing up with you that is no longer on a payment plan. This could also be ending a chapter when it comes to your self-worth and self-value. You could just be releasing a lot when it comes to the past. Eclipses are very chaotic but very faded, so maybe an old wound around a relationship comes up during this time for you, and you're trying to say goodbye to what it made you believe about yourself. Now, on October 2nd, 2024, you'll have a new beginning in this area of life at 10 degrees of Libra. So for you, this is starting a brand new beginning in terms of how you see your self-worth, your self-value. You could gain an income stream. Maybe you could get a new client or get an extra income source, or maybe get a new job. This is also looking like maybe you have to declutter your home and purge a lot when it comes to objects in your home. Maybe you're donating a lot of old things with the lunar eclipse in Libra on March 25th. Now, with the solar eclipse in Libra, this can be a very faded time when you just feel like very replenished in terms of your self-worth, your self-value, your sense of self-esteem. You just feel like maybe you are seeing your friendships in a different way. You're seeing how they're showing up for you, and you're also showing up for yourself in a way that you haven't seen before. What's also important to keep in mind, you'll have a Mars retrograde happening in your 12th house after December 6th, 2024. For you, this Mars retrograde will make you rethink a lot when it comes to the past. You could try to break a lot of cycles when it comes to being seen, any fears around being seen, any limiting beliefs around being seen, any beliefs around authenticity and what that looks like for you. You could also be really trying to break cycles from your ancestors. You're trying to better your mental health in a different way. Mars retrogrades can be very frustrating times. They can be very annoying. It could be harder for you to take action during this time. So keep this in mind and be careful of any passive aggressiveness when it comes to your relationships with others, but also yourself, how you act towards yourself. Now let's get into your career. Jupiter will enter Gemini after May 25th of 2024, and for you, this is greatly impacting your career. This is helping you grow and expand in terms of the legacy you want to leave behind. This is helping you grow and expand in terms of how the public sees you. You could get more recognition after May 25th for the work you've been doing, especially in terms of a partnership as well. You could be in a place where you're growing and really having more beneficial connections with bosses or mentors. You're looking to really grow your legacy in a way that is very expansive, very optimistic, but also very communication based. Now, Pluto will move into Aquarius January 20th to September 1st, 2024, and this will greatly impact the work you're doing. This is going to affect your day-to-day routine, your health, your schedule, your coworkers. Pluto will stay here for a very, very long time. It's going to completely transform your day-to-day life. Pluto will then retrograde back into Capricorn, into your 5th house, where it will be transforming how you date, how you have fun with others, your relationship to children and any children you have, but also your self-expression and your creative projects. So Pluto will be in Capricorn from September 1st to November 19th, finishing up anything it has to do there when it comes to those themes. So you could also be purging a lot in this area of life. Maybe this is dating patterns for yourself or how you see your self-expression and what that looks like for you. Pluto will then move back into Aquarius after November 19th, and it will stay here until 2044. So your career is in for a massive, massive rebirth for the next 20 years. So get excited for that. Now, let's get into your relationships. So, Saturn will be in Pisces for the entire year of 2024. So, Saturn has been here for quite a bit of time. It will stay here to build out more stable and grounded one on one partnerships and relationships. May this be romantic relationships, business partnerships, friendships. This could be a year where you get married or engaged. This could be a year where you're trying to see which partnerships are very stable and grounded for you. What does this look like for you? Is this person good for you long term? So you're trying to also filter out people in 2024. You do not want fake friends. You do not want people who drain your energy. You're very, very conscious about the one-on-one partners you have in 2024. You're learning to set boundaries. You're learning, okay, what's best for me in terms of my growth, in terms of partners that are very empathetic, that are very intuitive, very spiritual, very growth oriented. Those partners are going to be very good for you long term. Now, Saturn will go retrograde from June 29th to November 14th, 2024. For you, this will make you rethink certain relationships in your life as to, okay, is this partnership best for me long term? Do I have to change my boundaries with someone? What does this look like for me? Then on September 17th, 2024, we'll have our first eclipse in the sign of Pisces, and it will be a lunar eclipse. So for you, you could be saying goodbye to a one-on-one partner. May this be a romantic partner, business partner, or friendship. You could actually physically say goodbye to them in terms of them going on a trip, or you are letting go of a relationship in your life that no longer is one that you can see is best for you long term. In the end, you're looking for people who are very grounded and stable and who support you in terms of your emotional well-being as well. So keep this in mind. I will say you will have more one-on-one connections in 2024 with Jupiter and Taurus in your ninth house until May 25th. So for you, you could meet a lot more one-on-one partners that are interested in publishing a book, interested in podcasting, interested in traveling together, interested in taking a course together or teaching together. If you've been looking to do those things, this is great to keep in mind until May 25th. And then after May 25th, Jupiter will be in Gemini for you, and this will actually really affect your one on one partners. So you could have more partnerships at work. May this be through bosses or mentors or mentoring other people or coaching other people. And this will help you gain more connections with very influential people. So I love this for you, Virgo. Now, if you are still looking to date, I will say Pluto moving back into Capricorn from September 1st to November 19th will be very, very important for you because it will move back into your fifth house of dating. And this is transforming how you approach dating. This is transforming the people you date and being a bit more serious. I will say with Saturn in your seventh house, dating can be a bit trickier because you're filtering out people. You're looking to date for the long haul. So you don't want to waste your time. You're not going to be in a place of, okay, let's see where this goes, or it doesn't matter to me about certain things. You're going to have more of this energy of, okay, I think I know the feeling I want to feel with my person, especially with Saturn and Pisces. So you're being more discerning with your energy around dating in 2024, and this is ultimately going to help you connect with people who are more serious and more structured and dedicated when it comes to their relationships. So this is great for you, Virgo. I am super, super excited for you for 2024. Keep me posted on what happens for you. All right, Libra suns and Libra risings. I am so excited for this. So, 2024 is going to be a year where you're just really learning to release old versions of yourself. You've been changing a lot, you've been growing a lot, and with the South Node in your sign for the entire year, you're trying to let go of patterns that aren't best for you. So, this could be people pleasing with the South Node in Libra. This could be indecision. This could be letting go of having to keep relationships to make others happy and feeling a bit used or drained by the process of others. So, you're learning to set more boundaries in 2024. Now, there's a lunar eclipse in your sign at 5 degrees on March 25th, 2024. So, this will be a time when you are really, really letting go of how you feel like you need to be perceived, how you feel like you need to be in regards to your relationships. This could also look like you letting go of a relationship that maybe is quite draining for you. So, this could be a romantic relationship, business partnership, or friendship. Yet, you're really learning to understand, okay, what do you need to do to still become the most authentic version of yourself? The South Node in your sign is a bit uncomfortable. It's not as fun as we would like. However, it's going to help you so much in terms of who you want to become, in terms of embracing more authentic versions of your self expression. Now, there's another eclipse, yet a solar eclipse at 10 degrees of your sign on October 2nd, 2024. So, this will be a brand new beginning in terms of how you see yourself, your identity, how you are embracing who you're becoming and who you want to be in this world. This could also look like a brand new relationship for you, Libra. So, eclipses are a bit chaotic. Eclipses do bring in fated events. This is great to note because this year you're going to have instances where maybe you feel like you had to meet a certain person. Maybe it's a relationship that is really, really teaching you how to grow. Maybe it's a business partnership that changes your life. Maybe it's meeting your soulmate. Maybe it's meeting a friendship that really, really sees you for who you are and uplifts you and encourages you. So, really exciting for you, Libra. Now, what's also happening is on December 30th, 2023, Jupiter will go direct. And for you, this is happening in your 8th house. So Jupiter's currently in Taurus and it will be in Taurus until May 25th, 2024. So you've been learning how to grow your finances, your investments, your loans, your subscription models, how to really look deeper in terms of your healing work that you're doing. Maybe you have been trying to really expand your routine when it comes to processing difficult emotions. Maybe you have been trying to learn to overcome intimacy issues or trying to figure out how can you really feel more expansive in terms of your spiritual connection to your ancestors. You could have also studied more astrology or tarot or more taboo topics during the time of Jupiter in Taurus. And if you're listening to this, then that makes sense too. Now, there is a Jupiter and Uranus conjunction happening on April 20th, 2024. So this is a very rare occurrence with Jupiter and Uranus meeting up in the sky. For you, this could be a sudden surprise around an investment, a loan, a grant. This could also look like a breakthrough that you're having around how you were raised, maybe a past event, maybe around a person. You could find out something from someone as a secret that someone else didn't want you to know, and it completely changes your perspective on a situation. So expect the unexpected this day. This is going to still be very supportive. It's going to help you expand your mind in ways that you did not expect. Now, you've been really working on your health with Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn will continue to stay in Pisces for the entire year of 2024. So you've been working on your daily routine, your day-to-day work, your health. Maybe you have been trying to create a better system with coworkers or the people you work with. So Saturn in your 6th house, when it comes to your health, is asking you to create better habits for yourself. What's best for you long term? What feels good to you? Now, Pisces ruling your 6th house is really interesting because it's a very fluid placement, and this is understanding you do need a structure, yes, but you need to know when to change it. You need to know how to adjust based on how you feel that day, or adjust based on what you need to prioritize in the day. Now, I do think you're going to get even more serious about your health in 2024, and I do want to mention Saturn retrograde, which will be happening from June 29th to November 14th of 2024. So this period of time, you could be rethinking a lot when it comes to your health, your day-to-day routine, your day-to-day work. So you will be in a place of, okay, what do you need to change? Which boundaries do you need to loosen up? Which boundaries do you need to be a bit more strict with? So really great to note for you, Libra. Now, there will be a lunar eclipse in this area of your life on September 17th, 2024. So it will be happening at 25 degrees of Pisces. Now, this is a closing of a chapter when it comes to either a health issue or something that has been taking up a lot of your day-to-day work or routine. Maybe you finish a project, maybe you are saying goodbye to a place you go daily, maybe you're saying goodbye to a coworker during this time. Now, Pluto is currently in Capricorn until January 20th, 2024, yet it will retrograde back into Capricorn from September 1st to November 19th. And this is affecting a part of your chart when it comes to your family, your home life, what feels emotionally stable and grounded for you, what feels fulfilling for you, what is introspective for you. So Pluto has been completely transforming how you see your family, how you have been dealing with your family. You've been purging a lot of deep emotions from your body. This is the innermost part of your chart, so it's been a real journey for you with Pluto and Capricorn for the last 17 years. So this little stretch of time, you are wrapping up any unfinished business when it comes to transforming things within your home life. So you could also move during this time. You could also want to redecorate. You could also just be in a more introspective state where you're seeing why you had to go through the things you did growing up. Now, Pluto will move into Aquarius from January 20th to September 1st, 2024, and then again after November 19th, 2024, and then it will stay there until 2044. So it's a very long time. For you, you're going to focus on transforming your dating life and how you approach dating, how you approach having fun, how you approach your creative projects, your idea of children, and how you connect with children. So it's going to be a very interesting journey for you. I think Pluto in your fifth house might actually be very, very helpful if you do any creative work because you are purging what you believe to be your expression and revolutionizing it. You're going to go through a massive rebirth in this area of your life. Now let's get into your career. So Jupiter will move into Gemini after May 25th, 2024. And for you, you will be expanding your reach when it comes to publishing matters. So if you have a podcast, if you do any writing work, if you're thinking of publishing a book, this is going to be super, super helpful for you in terms of your career. This is also very lovely if you want to travel. This will also relate to your sense of spirituality, higher education. You might take more courses during this time, or you could potentially teach a course during this time. So, this is really, really great to note. So, Jupiter will be in this lovely supportive energy to your sun or rising sign. And this is just very helpful. You are going to feel a lot more expansive. You're going to love this energy even more. You could become more conversational. You could be doing more communication work. This is great to note for your career because this is going to help you grow so much more. You're going to be prioritizing relationships even more so. Now, you could also get some opportunities to travel for work. You could also just be itching to travel for fun, and you're really seeking more spiritual growth of, okay, what would make me feel more expansive? Really lean into your curiosity, especially during Jupiter in Gemini. Now, Saturn, again, will be in your sixth house for the entire year. And when it comes to your work, you're getting very disciplined when it comes to the creative work you're doing and the spiritual work you're doing as well. So they are very interconnected with Pisces ruling your sixth house. So this next year, you're trying to figure out, okay, what are my boundaries when it comes to the work I'm doing? How can I be very creative? How can I grow the amount of work I'm doing, but spend less time doing it? You're really trying to build better systems and structures in terms of the back end of the work you're doing and being a lot smarter so that you feel more confident long term about what you're building for yourself, the legacy you're leaving behind. So, this is super, super exciting for you, Libra. Now, with a lunar eclipse in this part of your chart, you might let go of a creative project during this time, you might wrap up a project during this time, or you could say goodbye to a coworker. This is going to help you see, okay, what was actually working well for you in your career, and is the day-to-day work you're doing something you really want to leave behind as your legacy. So this will be the first series of eclipses in the Pisces Virgo axis. So this is really, really great to note. Now let's get into your relationships. So your relationships are very, very highlighted in 2024, and this is because the North Node will be transiting your partnership sector. Now, with the North Node in Aries, you will be having a brand new beginning in this area of life with a solar eclipse in Aries at 19 degrees on April 8th, 2024. So, this could look like meeting someone that really shifts how you approach dating. This could also be meeting a business partner or friendship that really shifts how you view relationships. Now, I do want to say eclipses bring in fated events and they can be very chaotic. Time can feel sped up. So, with this solar eclipse in your partnership sector, this is really giving you a fresh start to your relationships. Now, Chiron will be conjunct the North Node on February 19th, 2024, and this will bring up some old wounds around your sense of worthiness when it comes to relationships and also how you heal in relationships. This could also propel you forward into connecting with someone on a deeper level maybe becoming more vulnerable with a certain partner. Again, this could be a romantic partner, business partner, or friendship. So really keep this in mind. Now, other relationships that will be highlighted are relationships with your family members, especially with Pluto in Capricorn. Take note of September 1st to November 19th, and you might just be wrapping up how you're transforming your relationship to your family members during this time. Now, Pluto entering Aquarius from January 20th to September 1st, 2024, and then again after November 19th in your fifth house will change the way you date. So, this is great to note because this is overlapping with the North Node in your seventh house. So, this year, you're really trying to change how you approach dating, what this looks like for you. If you're in a relationship, this could look like taking the next stage in a relationship. So maybe that's becoming official with a partner, getting engaged, eloping, having a wedding, certain things like that, getting married. So keep this in mind. Yet, if you are looking to date, Pluto in Aquarius is going to just help you purge your understanding of how can you have more fun in terms of the people you date. This can bring some intensity to your dating life. I mean, things can get a little bit spicier. Now, the last thing I want to note for your relationships is Mars will go retrograde in the sign of Leo at the end of this year in December of 2024. Now, for you, Mars retrograde in Leo will affect your 11th house of your community, your friendships, your network, your dreams, your goals, ambitions. You could be pulled to rejoin a certain community or connect with old friends or reassess your friendships in a different way. Mars retrogrades can be a bit annoying and frustrating, so keep this in mind. You could see that friendships can be a bit more passive aggressive, or you yourself can feel a bit more passive aggressive and upset. Make sure you're expressing your anger in healthy ways, especially during the end of December. Now, if you meet a certain partner, may this be a business partner or romantic relationship or friendship, they could also be acting very, very strange in December. They could be a bit more passive aggressive, or you could just feel like you're reassessing a relationship. This is going to help you work through your self expression, authenticity, and what you truly want for your future, what you truly want in terms of who you want to surround yourself with, what this looks like in a partner, and what this looks like for your growth. So I am super, super excited for you, Libra. Keep me posted on what happens for you. If you'd like a private 2024 reading with me, check out the link for that down below. I'm sending you so much love. Take care. All right, Scorpio suns and Scorpio risings. 2024 is going to be a huge, huge year for you. Now, let's first start off with your general area of focus. Saturn has been in Pisces and it will continue to be in Pisces for all of 2024. Now, for you, you have been working on your self expression, you have been working on your creativity, what you do for fun, having more structured fun. May this be through planned meetings or planned dates. You have also been learning how to set more boundaries when it comes to dating and the people you want to date. This has helped you discipline your creative practice and what this looks like for you, and you will continue to build upon these themes for all of 2024. It's important to note we'll have Saturn retrograde from June 29th to November 14th, 2024. So during this time, you could be rethinking a lot when it comes to the people you used to date or how you are approaching dating, if it is super helpful for you. Are you having fun dating? How do you want to change your creative practice? How would you change your creative expression? How can you better your systems and structures when it comes to your creative projects? If you have children, Saturn in Pisces is helping you get more structured in terms of how you take care of your children, how you are creating healthy discipline for them. And with the retrograde happening between June 29th to November 14th, you could be reassessing how you take care of your children and what that discipline needs to look like. How does it need to change based on perhaps their age or their personality? So keep this in mind. We then have a lunar eclipse happening at 25 degrees of Pisces on September 17th. So for you, this is a closing of a chapter in this area of life. So you could be saying goodbye to someone you have been casually seeing or dating. You could be ending a creative project. Maybe you're releasing a creative project into this world, or finishing a dance class, or letting go of a way that you have been expressing yourself that you no longer feel aligned with. Now, for all of 2024, the North Node will be in Aries in your 6th house, and the South Node will be in Libra. So for you, with Libra in your 12th house, you'll have a lunar eclipse in this area of life at 5 degrees of Libra on March 25th. So you could be wrapping up a chapter when it comes to your mental health, how you have been looking at the past, how you have been connecting to your sense of spirituality, or how have you been isolating yourself. You could also be trying to break a certain cycle and just saying goodbye to it finally. You could also be in a place where you're finally letting go of a limiting belief that has been holding you back. So, really, really important to note. Then you have a solar eclipse in Libra at 10 degrees on October 2nd in this area of life for you. This is a brand new beginning in terms of your mental health. This is a brand new beginning in terms of how you protect your energy, how you connect to your sense of spirituality, your spirit guides, your ancestors, how you deal with your subconscious limiting beliefs, what has been holding you back in terms of becoming the person you want to become. So you could be really getting this beautiful new beginning during this time. What's also exciting about 2024 is Jupiter will enter Gemini after May 25th. And for you, you will be learning how to grow and expand your investments, loans, grants, debt, and learning how to look deeper in terms of what's hidden beneath the surface. You could be having more conversations about more occult topics, such as astrology, such as tarot, such as sex. You could also be exploring these things even more so. You'll be looking to see how you can obtain more knowledge around past traumatic events. So you could be starting with a new therapist during this time, or going back to therapy, or continuing having therapy during this time. This could also look like getting a birth chart reading, or getting a tarot reading, or so many factors. You're really trying to dive deeper into what can help you connect more to what's unseen for you and what information is not being shown to you. Now, what's also interesting, Pluto has been transforming your 3rd house for the last 17 years, and you have been completely trying to transform your communication, your relationship to siblings, close friends, your local neighborhood. Now, Pluto will move into Aquarius from January 20th to September 1st, 2024, and then it will retrograde back into Pluto in Capricorn from September 1st to November 19th, 2024. So you will still have some unfinished business to wrap up when it comes to your communication style, when it comes to your close friends, your local neighborhood, how you commute, and what you need to learn about how you were raised. So during this time, you could be really figuring out, okay, what else do I need to know about this area of my life? And what would I change about it? Now, Pluto moving into Aquarius for you is going to completely change how you find stability, how you will be more introspective, how you will be purging more deeper emotions that are buried beneath the surface for you. May this be through somatic healing. May this be through subconscious beliefs. Maybe this is through EFT tapping or hypnosis. You will be on this new journey from January 20th to September 1st, and then again after November 19th until 2044. So Pluto will stay here for a very, very long time. This is going to completely change how you relate to your family, what family looks like to you, what home looks like to you, and what you still need to purge from the past. Now let's get into your career. So your career will be a focus for you in terms of the day-to-day work you're doing. So the North Node has been transiting your 6th house and it will continue to transit your 6th house for all of 2024. And you'll have a brand new beginning in this area of life on April 8th, 2024, with a solar eclipse in Aries at 19 degrees. For you, this could be getting a new day job. This could be getting a new project or getting a new coworker. You could also be really working more on your health, your physical health, and how you implement this into your routine. How do you navigate your health when it comes to the time you place for it in relationship to your work? And what's going to help you feel more passionate and driven and allow you to do the things you really, really want? Now, Chiron will be conjunct the North Node on February 19th, 2024. We'll feel this for a week before, a week afterwards. This can open up some old wounds around your sense of worthiness when it comes to the work you're doing, when it comes to your health, when it comes to feeling good enough in terms of leading other people. So keep this in mind. When this comes up, though, it's going to help you heal and help you understand, okay, can I be doing more healing work in my daily practice? Can I help others heal? Can I implement this more in my routine? What does this look like for me? Now, Mars will be retrograde in December of 2024, and for you, this will impact your 10th house of career. This will make you reassess the career you're doing, which legacy you want to leave behind. This will reassess how you want to take action in terms of the work you're doing and your relationship to bosses or mentors. You could also reassess your relationship to the public, and this could look like wanting to change how you appear on social media, how you appear in interviews. This could be a bit of a frustrating time with Mars retrograde. Just know that people can be a bit more passive aggressive, especially at work. Bosses can be a bit more frustrating to deal with. Do not take it personally. However, in the end, this is going to help you understand how you can work in a way that's more authentic to you, in a way that's more creative for you, in a way that is more fulfilling for you. Yet, it will be a process to understand what you need to change. All right, let's get into your relationships. So, Jupiter has been in Taurus in your 7th house of partnerships, and it will continue to be in Taurus until May 25th. Jupiter will be direct at the beginning of 2024, which is great. So, if you felt like it hasn't been such an expansive year for you in terms of your relationships, things are going to feel a lot better, which is great. Jupiter in your 7th house is going to help you grow and expand the one-on-one relationships you're meeting. Maybe you'll meet more growth-oriented people. May this be romantic partnerships, business partnerships, or friendships. You could just be meeting a lot more people one-on-one during this time. Now, we do have a Jupiter and Uranus conjunction happening on April 20th, 2024. This doesn't happen often. This is a very rare occurrence, and for you, this could bring in a relationship that really shocks you, that really surprises you, yet it's going to help you expand your mind in a way that you didn't expect. This could be a really great opportunity to meet someone that really is inspiring you in a completely different way. Now, if you're looking to date, Saturn in Pisces is going to weed out a lot of the people that aren't going to be good suitors for you. This is going to be helpful, and you're going to be a lot more discerning with who you go on dates with, who you want to continue seeing. If you currently are dating someone, this could just make you a bit more serious in that relationship. You could take the next stage in that relationship. This could also look like having planned dates with someone, like having a structure when it comes to having a certain date night of the week. You will be reassessing your dating boundaries from June 29th to November 14th with a Saturn retrograde. So this might be a period of time where you're reassessing, okay, am I dating in the way that I would love? How can I approach dating? How can I make it fun and enjoyable, but also serious? You'll have it ending in terms of your dating life with a lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 17th, 2024. So you could be saying goodbye to a dating fling or saying goodbye to an approach you've been taking in terms of your dating life. Now, Pluto entering Aquarius for you in your fourth house from January 20th to September 1st is going to completely change how you approach your relationship to family. Pluto will stay here till 2044. So it's going to be here for a very, very long time. This can intensify your relationships with family members, but it will also help you figure out what isn't being said, how you can approach your family relationships differently, and what would actually change things for you when it comes to those relationships. So I am super, super excited for you, Scorpio. Keep me posted on what happens for you. And if you'd like a private 2024 reading with me, check out my links for that down below. Happy 2024. All right, Sagittarius suns and risings. Let's get into your horoscope for 2024. So let's start off with the general area of focus for 2024. So Jupiter has been in Taurus for quite some time. It has been retrograde and will be going direct on December 30th, 2023. This means that in 2024, Jupiter will be direct in a part of your chart when it comes to your health, your day-to-day routine, your schedule, and what you're doing every day for work. So Jupiter will stay here till May 25th, 2024. So this is very lovely. This is very expansive. This may make you want to grow in terms of your strength, your physical health. You could be working out more. You could be in a place where you're trying to stay very healthy. You could be doing more things for work or trying to build something for yourself. Maybe you're taking on new projects or doing something that feels very expansive and spiritually inspiring for you. So I love this for you. So I love this for you. So if you have been having delays in this area of your life, it's been a bit more introspective with Jupiter retrograde. Now Saturn is currently in Pisces and will stay in Pisces for the entire year of 2024. So this means you have been building your systems and structures when it comes to your internal reflection, when it comes to figuring out how you can better your emotional well-being, how you can become more stable and grounded within yourself, what your family looks like to you, if you have to set boundaries with certain family members. This is an energy of how can you become more disciplined at home? How can you create more structures for yourself to feel better at home? And what does this look like? I do feel like with Saturn and Pisces, you could be trying to figure out a spiritual routine for yourself that feels very grounding, that feels very nourishing for you. When it comes to your family, you are trying to figure out how to set more energetic boundaries with them, how to navigate which problems are yours and which problems are theirs. Saturn will go retrograde from June 29th to November 14th, 2024. This means that with Saturn retrograde, you will be rethinking your boundaries, your systems and structures when it comes to family, when it comes to your home life, maybe you will be figuring out, okay, do you want to spend more time at home? Do you want to be going out so much? Do you want to spend more time with your spiritual practice? What can you do to really feel more at peace? Now, there's a closing of a chapter in this area of life for you with a lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 17th, 2024. This will be the first series of eclipses in the Pisces Virgo axis. This lunar eclipse will be happening at 25 degrees, and this will kind of close out something in your home life. You could be moving at this time, you could be redecorating, maybe you're saying goodbye to a roommate, maybe you are ending a difficult period with a family member. You could also just be in a place where you're letting go of the past or gaining clarity as to how you are the way you are based on how you were raised. Now, Pluto has been in Capricorn, really transforming your self-worth, your self-value, as well as your finances for over 17 years, and it will be moving into Aquarius on January 20th until September 1st, 2024, and then again after November 19th. Now, Pluto will retrograde back into Capricorn from September 1st to November 19th, and for you, you will wrap up some loose ends when it comes to how you see your self-worth, your self-value, what you physically own. You might be donating certain objects that you have, so you could be decluttering. You could also purchase new items. You could be trying to figure out if you could ask for a raise or start a new income stream. So there's some unfinished business in this area of your life that you are going to try and rework and transform. So you could also be trying to have a better relationship with money and get out of a survival mentality and more into an abundance mindset. Now, with Pluto moving into Aquarius, this will transform your communication, your local neighborhood, as well as your relationship to siblings and close friends. Pluto will stay in Aquarius until 2044. So, yeah, it's a very long time. You will be completely transforming your inner circle. And who deserves to be in your inner circle? How do you want to communicate to others? What communication style works best for you? Is there something you have to change based on this? You could also be presenting more with Pluto in Aquarius and trying to figure out what works best for you in terms of this. There's a deep purge that will happen when you are uncovering how you were raised in terms of your early childhood and how this relates to your life now. Now, at the end of 2024, after December 6th, Mars will go retrograde in the sign of Leo, and for you, you will be rethinking your travel plans, your sense of spirituality, your higher education, learning, teaching, law. So you could at this time have to go back to something and sort out some legal papers. You could travel and go back to a place that you've been before or somewhere where you have been planning to go for quite some time. You could also be going back to finish a course or really understanding your sense of spirituality in a completely new way. I will say Mars retrogrades are a bit of a frustrating time. You could be in a place where you could just be very annoyed by certain situations, or it slows you down in terms of what you want to be doing. If you do travel during this time, just know that there might be some delays. I will also say that with this energy, you could be going back to a project in terms of publishing. So maybe you are making edits to a book, maybe you are going back to finish a podcast, maybe you are looking to see, okay, what do you need to do to better strategize how you publish work in this world? So keep that in mind. Now let's get into your career. So Jupiter being in Taurus until May 25th, 2024 is really expansive for you in terms of your day-to-day work. So you could be getting some new opportunities for different jobs. If you have felt like things have been delayed, this is because Jupiter has been retrograde for quite a few months, and Jupiter goes direct December 30th of 2023. So Jupiter direct for the beginning of 2024 is super, super expansive for you. You could be feeling better too because Jupiter is your chart ruler. So you could just feel more expansive, more optimistic. You could feel so much better about work and what you are building for yourself. There will be a Jupiter and Uranus conjunction in this area of your life on April 20th, 2024. So this is a rare occurrence where Jupiter and Uranus meet up in the sky, and for you, this could look like some unexpected surprises when it comes to your day-to-day work, your routine, your health. What's important to note with this is that you can expect the unexpected. Uranus energy is very spontaneous, and this could be a great opportunity that magically comes in. This could look like a mental breakthrough you're having around a certain work situation. I will say to be cautious of overdoing it at the gym during this day, a few days before, a few days afterwards, because you don't want to overdo it. Now, Jupiter will enter Gemini after May 25th of 2024, and for you, this is going to expand your one-on-one partnerships, and it's going to make you feel more abundant when it comes to your relationships. So I love this for you. For your career, this is very, very beneficial if you want to do any collaborations. Jupiter in Gemini is a great time to go on podcasts as well, especially for you. So you could be trying to find partnerships that really, really help you with your growth in terms of your career. Now let's get into your relationships. So sticking with Jupiter in Gemini after May 25th, 2024, this is going to give you some new opportunities to meet some very expansive people that are very growth oriented. If you're looking to date, this could give you some new opportunities to meet people who really uplift you, who are very optimistic. And if you currently have a relationship, this could just help grow the relationship a lot more. You could also get some new opportunities to meet new friends. So keep this in mind. I love this energy for you. Now, we still have the North Node in Aries in your fifth house for all of 2024, and then the South Node in Libra in your 11th house. So for you, you have a lunar eclipse in Libra at 5 degrees on March 25th, 2024. So you could be saying goodbye to a community, a network, or a friend group that no longer feels aligned to you. You could also be letting go of a particular dream, goal, or ambition during this time. You could just feel very pulled to make a decision about a certain friendship group, and maybe you're gaining clarity around which kinds of people really help you grow, which kinds of people do you feel like are your people. Eclipses can feel very chaotic, but they could also feel very faded. So you could just realize something about a particular friend where you just feel as though, okay, you might have to change something in terms of that relationship. Now, in this area of life, you also have a solar eclipse in Libra at 10 degrees on October 2nd, 2024. This is a brand new beginning for you when it comes to your friendships, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, your network. This could also possibly look like getting a new income source from your career. So during this time, you could join a new community, you could go to more networking events where you meet some influential people, you could discover a new dream that feels more aligned to you in terms of what you want to do long term. So this is very exciting. You could also just make your own community. Now, you will have a solar eclipse in Aries on April 8th, 2024, and for you, this is a brand new beginning when it comes to your self-expression, your creativity, your dating life. how you have fun, but also children. So this could be a time when if you don't have children, you could possibly have children. If you don't want children, this could also look like dating someone new or starting a new creative project that feels very enriching and invigorating. Now, Chiron conjunct the North Node in Aries on February 19th, 2024, can bring up some old wounds around people you used to date, but also your creative self expression, feeling worthy in terms of the creative work you're doing or the creative projects you want to establish for yourself. This could also look like entrepreneurship and having some old wounds around that come up. This will still be a very healing time where you could make a realization of how can you do more healing work around this? How can you heal this wound of not feeling worthy to put out more creative projects or not feeling worthy to date certain people? This will ultimately help you know what to focus on to heal through anything that comes up for you so that you can get more in alignment. So I love this for you, Sagittarius. I'm so excited about 2024 for you. Keep me posted on what happens for you. If you want a private reading with me, you could check out the link for that down below. I have exclusive 2024 readings, but also birth chart readings and solar return readings. I'm sending you so much love. All right, Capricorn risings and Capricorn suns. Let's start off with your general area of focus in 2024. So, what's really interesting for you is the North Node in Aries is currently in your fourth house of home. So, 2024 is going to be a year where you're really going to be focused around your home life. You're really going to be focused on what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel more introspective, what does home look like to you, what does family look like to you. You'll have a new beginning in this area of life on April 8th, 2024, with a solar eclipse in Aries at 19 degrees. So for you, this could look like getting this brand new, fresh perspective on your family or how you've built a new family for yourself, what that looks like for you, what home feels like to you now, how that's changed over the last few years, but also maybe you are getting a new sense of peace from any introspective work you've been doing for yourself, of what really grounds you and what really makes you feel more connected to your ancestors. Now, Chiron will be conjunct the North Node on February 19th, 2024. So for you, this could mean some old wounds can come up around this area of life. This is ultimately helping you heal some past hurt and pain when it comes to your family and when it comes to what you want your home life to feel like. This is going to help you heal through this and overcome this. So take note of this. Now, Pluto has been in your sign for over 17 years, and Pluto will be moving into Aquarius from January 20th to September 1st, 2024. However, it will be retrograding back into your sign September 1st to November 19th of 2024. So for you, you've been going through this mass transformation. This has been very intense for you. It's made you rethink so much about who you are, who you want to become, how much you've changed and grown, but also realizing you've had to survive at the beginning of this. You felt like you had to survive a lot through what you had to overcome and be the responsible one. And this made you really understand how much you had to evolve and how uncomfortable you had to be to overcome a lot of the hurdles in your life. So you could have went through so many mental shifts. You could have just really identified as a different person throughout all these years. Now, Pluto retrograding back from September 1st to November 19th, 2024, is making you wrap up any unfinished business when it comes to this area of life. So there might be still one or two things that you want to change and transform within yourself during this time. This could be, what kind of identity do you really want to embrace? or how do you want your workout routine to be? What does this look like? You could also just be super, super reflective and doing some more subconscious purging during this time so that you can embrace another aspect of yourself. Now, Pluto moving into Aquarius is going to affect a part of your life when it comes to your self esteem, when it comes to your self worth, your self value. You will be going through this mass transformation of your finances, what you want to spend money on, your physical possessions. Pluto will be in Aquarius from January 20th to September 1st, 2024, and then after November 19th, and will stay here until 2044. So, this is going to be a huge overhaul of how you see your self worth and value, and how you also perceive money and your money mindset. Now, I do want to mention Mars will be retrograde in the sign of Leo after December 6th, 2024. And for you, this is going to affect a part of your chart when it comes to your investments, your loans, your grants, your debt. You'll be reworking this part of your chart, and you will also be digging up any subconscious beliefs about your self worth and self value, what from the past has made you feel this way, what past hurt and pain from your childhood do you have to still work through. So, this time period, you might do some therapy, you might get a birth chart reading, you might get a tarot reading. You really want to dig deeper into some past situations and what this means for you now, how it's still affecting you. This could also make you rethink some things when it comes to intimacy with other people, but also how you navigate shared resources if you have any. Mars retrogrades can be very frustrating, annoying times, so keep this in mind. Ultimately, it's going to be very, very helpful for you to know, okay, how do I have to work differently? How do I navigate this in a different way? Okay, so let's move into your career. So Jupiter will move into Gemini after May 25th, 2024, and for you, you will be expanding your day-to-day work, your routine, your schedule, and this could also make you want to work out more. This energy is very lucky and expansive, so this could also get you some new opportunities for work if you're looking for a new job. This could get you some new clients if you have your own business. This could also get you some new coworkers if you need to hire someone. You could also have just more expansive conversations with coworkers, and things can feel a lot more lively and joyous in your day-to-day work. I will say Jupiter in your 6th house can burn you out, so make sure you pace yourself after May 25th. I have a course on Jupiter so that you can avoid burnout and really utilize the transit for more lucky situations. You could check that out. I also think with Jupiter and Gemini in your 6th house, you could also be doing more communication work. So this could look like doing a podcast, filming for a YouTube channel, filming TikToks, doing a lot of social media work, or helping someone in this area. So what's also happening is the South Node is currently in Libra in your 10th house of career, and for you, you'll have a lunar eclipse in Libra on March 25th, 2024 at 5 degrees of Libra. So this is an ending and closing of a chapter when it comes to your public image, your reputation, your legacy, and the career you're in. So you could be saying goodbye to a job, you could be changing jobs, you could be interviewed and it could be shown to the public during this time. You could be in a place where you could be releasing something that really sets the stage to your legacy. Now, on October 2nd, 2024, you have a solar eclipse in Libra at 10 degrees. This is a brand new beginning in terms of your career. So this could be a time where you start a new job or get a new boss. You could also release something to the public during this time. Eclipses can feel very faded. They are very chaotic, but ultimately this is going to really help you get a brand new perspective on your career and really change the game for you. Eclipses are very powerful. They're like supercharged new moons and full moons. So you'll be having some endings and new beginnings in this area of life in 2024. All right, let's get into your relationships. So if you're single and you're looking to date, Jupiter in Taurus until May 25th is going to be a great time to meet some new people, to go on some fun dates. If you felt like it's been a bit frustrating to meet people in the last few months, this has been because Jupiter has been retrograde in Taurus. However, it will go direct on December 30th, 2023, meaning that the beginning of 2024 is a great time to put yourself out there, to go on more fun dates, to connect with more people. This energy is also great for self expression, for creativity, for doing a creative project, and also if you want to get pregnant and have children. So, this is a very lucky, expansive energy in this area of your life. We will be having a Jupiter Uranus conjunction on April 20th, 2024. And for you, this is going to be a bit of a surprise when it comes to dating, when it comes to creative projects or children. So keep this in mind. If you do not want children, use protection. If you currently have children, this could be a time where they really surprise you in an interesting way. This energy can be a breakthrough around children, your creativity, but also your dating style. So you can get an epiphany around how you've been approaching dating and how you want to change that. Or this could be meeting someone that's really, really different than a lot of people. So, in terms of a creative project, this could look like gaining recognition for a creative project you do, or creating something that is very unexpected, like a happy accident. So, I'm super, super excited to see what happens for you. Now, Saturn will be in Pisces for the entire year of 2024, and Saturn is your chart ruler. So, for you, this is really important to keep in mind. It will be affecting your communication, your close circle of friends, your local neighborhood, and also your siblings. So you will be thinking about how to build more structures and systems when it comes to your communication, when it comes to the work you're presenting, what you're learning day to day, what kind of systems and structures do you need for friendships? What kind of structures and systems do you need for your sibling relationships? You could also be trying to navigate how to set more boundaries in these areas of life. Now, Saturn will go retrograde from June 29th to November 14th, 2024. So for you, during this time, you will be rethinking this area of life even more as to should you set more boundaries with certain people in your life? May this be a sibling or a close friend? Do you need to change where you go in terms of your daily routine in your local neighborhood? Do you need to adjust your communication style in some way? Saturn is your chart ruler, so this is really, really great to note. In the sign of Pisces, this energy can feel as though a lot of your focus in the next year will be around your sense of spirituality, setting more structures and systems around this, but also your creativity, your self expression, your emotional well being, how you connect to energy, which people drain your energy and which people uplift your energy, and also any past life patterns that you're trying to break and let go of. So, you do have a lunar eclipse happening in this area of life for you on September 17th, 2024, at 25 degrees of Pisces. So, you could be ending a chapter when it comes to a relationship with a close friend, a communication project that you've been working on. Maybe you finish reading a book that really changes your perspective on life. Maybe you are ending a certain pattern with a sibling, or you could be in a place where you're gaining a lot more clarity on how you were raised and how this has affected how you communicate. This will be the first series of eclipses in this area of life for you. And this will really speak on how you are speaking your truth and how you are using your voice. So I'm super, super excited for you, Capricorn. Happy 2024. If you'd like a private reading with me, check out the link for that down below. I have 2024 readings available if you want to know how all of this affects your specific chart. Yet you could also get a solar return reading or a birth chart reading from me. So you could check those out. I'm sending you so much love. Take care. All right, Aquarius risings and Aquarius suns. Let's get into your 2024 horoscope. So, Saturn has been in Pisces for quite some time, and it will continue to be in Pisces all of 2024. And for you, you've been learning how to work hard in terms of the money you receive, in terms of the work you're doing, your self esteem, your self worth, your self value, as well as the physical possessions you own. You could be really decluttering this year and really trying to figure out, what do you truly, truly value? I also feel like you're going to be really working on your money mindset this year as to what would help you build for the future. What does this look like for you specifically? Now, Saturn is also your ruling planet. This is really, really important to consider. This means that these major themes around your money mindset, around your self-worth, your self-value, these themes will come up for you throughout the entire year, even more so. And because Saturn is in the sign of Pisces, a lot of these themes also have to do with your emotional well-being, how you intuitively feel about money, how you intuitively feel about yourself, the energy that you're putting into your finances. What is the energy of the objects you no longer need? Now, Saturn will be retrograde from June 29th to November 14th, 2024, and for you, you will be rethinking your systems, structures, and boundaries when it comes to the money you earn, when it comes to your money mindset, your self-esteem, your self-worth, and self-value. So during this retrograde period, you could be going back and rethinking about certain situations that made you doubt your self-worth, what from childhood is being shown to you so that you can allow yourself to reparent that part of yourself, to show up for yourself in a new way that is encouraging, that is uplifting. You will also be rethinking how you spend your money, how you make your money. You will also be just trying to set more boundaries with anyone you feel has been triggering your self-worth and self-value. So really, really important to consider for 2024. Now, Pluto has been in Capricorn for over 17 years, and it's been in a part of your chart when it comes to your mental health, your spirituality, whatever is hidden beneath the surface, the past, how you relate to the collective energy, and how you relate to your ancestors and your sense of spirituality. Now, Pluto will be moving into your sign from January 20th to September 1st, 2024, and then again after November 19th, 2024, where it will stay until 2044. So this is going to be a very, very long time for Pluto to be in your sign. Now, Pluto will retrograde back into Capricorn from September 1st to November 19th, 2024. So you'll be wrapping up this area of life where you've been trying to really transform your mental health. You've been trying to really get out of survival mode and really learning about your connection to your ancestors in a different way. You will be reassessing, okay, what really feels like peace to me? How do I purge more from the past that no longer serves me, that is keeping me from becoming the person I really want to become, and which cycles do I still have to break. So Pluto moving into Aquarius from January 20th to September 1st, and then after November 19th, 2024, will completely change your sense of self, your sense of identity, how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself, but also your health and how you take care of yourself. Your sense of style can completely change as well. So keep this in mind. Pluto is a very, very slow planet. So this is going to be throughout years and years. Pluto ultimately is going to help you see yourself in a completely different way. And once Pluto crosses your ascendant, this really depends on the certain degree of your ascendant sign. That's going to tell you when you really make this life-altering realization of how much you've changed. Now, I do want to mention on September 17th, 2024, we have a lunar eclipse in Pisces at 25 degrees, and this is going to start a new series of eclipses in the Pisces-Virgo axis. So for you, you will be ending a really difficult cycle when it comes to your mental health, when it comes to isolation, when it comes to breaking a bad habit or pattern, when it comes to connecting to the collective energy, and how you rest and find peace. This could look like ending a series of therapy sessions with your therapist. This could look like going on a meditation retreat and finishing it. This could also look like a mindset shift where you finally let go of something that's been limiting you or weighing you down. Now, Jupiter, the planet of luck, expansion, and opportunity, is in your fourth house of home, and it has been retrograde for the last few months, but it will be going direct on December 30th, 2023, and will be direct at the start of 2024. So this is going to give you some lovely opportunities to grow your sense of home and family, how you relate to your family. Your home life can just feel a lot more lively and abundant. You could also feel like you want to learn more about how to self-reflect and doing more introspective work. I also see this energy of wanting to learn more about your ancestors and family patterns in a different way. This is also going to be a great time if you have been considering a move. Jupiter in your fourth house might give you some more opportunities to look at more places. Now, Jupiter will meet up with the planet Uranus on April 20th, 2024, and this is a very rare occurrence with Jupiter and Uranus meeting up in the sky. This could be a lovely surprise for you when it comes to your home life, and this could look like a few different things. You could want to redecorate your place randomly. You could find a bunch of furniture for free. You could get a mental breakthrough around your family. You could just decide to randomly move one day. Expect the unexpected with this energy. This is still a very abundant energy. To always make sure your stove is off and your gas is off, and to make sure certain things in your safety department of your home are checked, like your fire alarm and so forth. Now, what's also happening in 2024 for you is currently the South Node is in Libra, and it will continue to be in Libra for all of 2024. We will be having a lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra at 5 degrees on March 25th, 2024, and for you, you could be closing a chapter when it comes to your higher education, travel, your sense of spirituality, teaching, law, publishing. This could be a time when you wrap up a book and you want to publish it. This could be a time when you come back from a trip. This could be a time when you finally finish some legal documents you have to get settled, or you finish taking a course or teaching a course. Now, you will be having a new beginning in this area of life on October 2nd, 2024, with a solar eclipse in Libra at 10 degrees. So for you, this is a brand new beginning in this area of life. So you could be taking a new course, you could be going back to school, you could be teaching, you could be going on a meditation retreat, you could go on a trip or start planning a new trip, or you could just get a new perspective on how you want to implement a new spiritual routine for yourself. Now, for your career, this is really important to note because with this energy in Libra, if you want to be publishing anything this year for you, this is pivotal. So this could be publishing a book, this could be starting a podcast, this could be starting a newsletter or writing articles or doing something in terms of communication and putting work out there. If you've been holding off on teaching, this could be a time when you start teaching or getting certain certifications that you need to do the work that you really, really want to be doing. I also want to say this could also look like starting a YouTube channel as well. So this will greatly impact your career sector based on the type of work you want to be doing. Now, Mars will be retrograde in the sign of Leo in your partnership sector, yet this will affect your work. And this will be happening in December of 2024. So for you, when it comes to work and your career, you might be having a bit more of a frustrating time at work in December. It could be harder for you to take action towards the work you truly want to be doing authentically. You could be having some difficult relationships with bosses or managers. This is great to note because then you don't have to take it personally. People might be a bit more on edge. Mars retrogrades help us rethink how we want to work and take action. So you will be rethinking, okay, what do you truly want to be doing for your career? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Do you have to change how you approach the public? I also want to say Jupiter will move into Gemini after May 25th. And if you are looking to do some more creative work that really helps you express yourself, especially around communication, this is going to be a really lovely, lovely transit for you because you're going to just feel more expansive. You're going to feel more optimistic. You're going to feel like you have more energy to put into creating something for yourself. And this is a great energy for entrepreneurship. This is also a great energy to find a business partner or have an accountability buddy. So you could just be having a lot more fun with Jupiter in Gemini after May 25th until the rest of 2024. So this is great in terms of your career, and even if it's starting a side hustle for yourself, since you are also an air sign, this is just going to make you feel so much more optimistic and abundant and expansive in the creative work you get to be doing. Now let's get into your relationships. So with Jupiter in Gemini after May 25th, you will have more opportunities to date. If you are looking to date, you could just feel like you want to have more fun. You want to hang out with friends. You could just feel very optimistic about dating. Go on a lot of double dates. I want to mention that as well. And if you are currently in a relationship, this could also look like just going on more dates with your person and perhaps taking the next step with them in terms of the relationship. Now, the North Node in Aries has been in a part of your chart when it comes to your siblings, your neighborhood, your communication, your close friends, short-term travel, and you'll be having a new beginning in this area of life for you on April 8th, 2004, with a solar eclipse in Aries at 19 degrees. So this is a brand new beginning in terms of your relationship to your sibling, in terms of your relationship to close friends. Maybe you are navigating the relationship in a different way. You could also be going on a short getaway to a place that's close by in your neighborhood. You could also be trying to communicate in a different way. Maybe you're presenting more at work, or you're trying to use your voice in a more courageous, bolder way. Now, Chiron will be conjunct the North Node in Aries on February 19th, 2024, So this could open up some old wounds when it comes to your relationship to siblings, close friends, and how you communicate. Keep this in mind. This is ultimately bringing up some old things from the past that maybe you thought you've dealt with, and it could trigger your sense of worthiness, how you feel in relationships to those people. Yet ultimately, this is going to help you heal through this wound and create stronger bonds, but also help you focus on more healing work that you could be doing with your sibling and close friends. This could also look like healing a past hurt or memory from your early childhood. So keep this date in mind. It could be a week before, a week afterwards, but this will be pivotal in terms of how you've been focusing on your communication style and the people closest to you. The last thing I want to note is Mars will be retrograde in Leo on December 6th and onwards for the rest of the year. So for you, this is in your partnership sector, and Mars retrogrades can be a bit frustrating. They can be very annoying. This could be a bit more of a dramatic Mars retrograde. However, this is going to help you work through any issues you have with a current partner. May this be a romantic partner, business partner, or friendship. And any issues that are brought up might be issues around feeling seen and feeling heard. So this Mars retrograde will help you learn, how do you want to navigate this relationship moving forward? Do you have to change your approach when it comes to this person? And what does this look like to you? So I'm really, really excited about 2024 for you, Aquarius. I know it's going to be a very, very expansive year for you. Please keep me posted on what happens for you. If you'd like a private 2024 reading with me on how these transits will affect your specific birth chart, check out the link for that down below. Or if you'd like a private birth chart reading or solar return reading, check out the link for that down below. I'm sending you so much love. Take care. All right, Pisces risings and Pisces suns. I'm so excited to get into your 2024 horoscope for you. So Saturn has been in your sign for quite some time, and it will continue to be in your sign for all of 2024. So what does this mean for you? For you, you are learning to set more boundaries with the people around you. You're learning to really lean on yourself in terms of self-discipline, in terms of hard work and dedication, but also becoming an authority figure and what that looks like for you. You're taking on more responsibility in 2024. So this year is pivotal for you. You're one of the main characters of 2024 because of Saturn. And Saturn can be a bit harsh. Saturn can be a bit cold. However, all this hard work that you're doing in terms of self-improvement, in terms of self-reflection, in terms of the responsibility you are taking on will pay off, because Saturn rewards when you do the hard work. Now, Saturn will be retrograde from June 29th to November 14th, 2024. So this period of time, you could be rethinking a lot when it comes to your personal boundaries with other people. You could also be rethinking, how much responsibility do you want to take on? Do you really need to take on everything? Have you been sacrificing your physical health for all this responsibility? And what do you need to prioritize? We will be starting the Pisces Virgo series of eclipses in 2024. So the first of that series will happen on September 17th, 2024, with a lunar eclipse at 25 degrees in your sign. So for you, you will be ending a chapter when it comes to your identity, your sense of self, how you perceive yourself. This could also look like a complete makeover, a style change. This could also look like changing your health routine or a new workout regimen. You could be saying goodbye to a version of yourself, of who you once thought you were and who you now want to be. Now, Pluto has been in a part of your chart when it comes to your networks, your community, your friendships, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions. It's been in this part of your chart for over 17 years, and it will be moving into Aquarius from January 20th to September 1st, 2024, and then again after November 19th, 2024, and will stay in Aquarius until 2044. So that's a long period of time, yet Pluto will retrograde back into Capricorn September 1st to November 19th, 2024. So you'll be wrapping up any loose ends when it comes to your friendship circle, when it comes to your networks, your community. You could be trying to purge any community associations that no longer resonate with you. You could also be trying to let go of a certain dream that you no longer identify with. You could also be saying goodbye to a certain friendship that no longer aligns with your life. Now, when Pluto moves into Aquarius, it will move into a part of your chart when it comes to your mental health, your spiritual routine, isolation, your ancestors, breaking cycles, and the unseen, the unknown, the spiritual world. So, with Pluto in this part of your chart, this will be a very slow transit for you, but you will be completely transforming how you take care of your mental health. This will affect how you navigate your day-to-day life. You will be purging a lot from the past. So this is generational healing. This is very intense, deep generational healing, and it will be completely worth it. Just know that not everyone experiences this transit because Pluto is so slow. So this is going to be a deep unearthing of anything from your past that has been holding you back from your limiting beliefs or subconscious beliefs. Now, the North Node is currently in Aries and will continue to be in Aries all of 2024. And for you, this has been in a part of your chart when it comes to your self-worth, your self-value, your income, your money mindset, and the physical possessions you own. You'll have a new beginning in this area of life with a solar eclipse in Aries at 19 degrees on April 8th, 2024. And this could look like a new income stream coming in. This could look like more money. This could look like really seeing your self-worth and self-value in a completely new way. Maybe you make a new breakthrough on how you should be treated by other people. Or this could also look like buying some really important objects. May this be for your home or business or for other people. Now, Chiron will be conjunct the North Node in Aries on February 19th, 2024, and this is a rare occurrence. This will affect this area of life for you. So, an old wound around your sense of worthiness in terms of the money you earn, in terms of how you perceive yourself, can come up during this time. However, it will come up for you to heal. And it ultimately is going to be a good opportunity to heal through this and allow you to see yourself as worthy just as you are, but also how much healing work you've been doing to heal how you perceive yourself and your money mindset as well. Jupiter, the planet of luck, opportunity, and expansion, will be in Gemini after May 25th. And for you, this is going to be in a part of your chart when it comes to your family, your home life, but also your inner world. This is going to make you reflect more on how you emotionally feel safe, but also who is home to you? What does family look like to you? You might be learning a lot more about your ancestors during this time, your roots, and anything that has been holding you back. And how do you feel on your own? I will say with Jupiter and Gemini, this could also look like getting a roommate or having more conversations with people at home during this time. Now, what's also interesting is the South Node is in Libra, in a part of your chart when it comes to your debt, investments, loans, grants, as well as any past hurt, past pain, trauma, intimacy, and secrets. This is a hidden part of your chart. On March 25th, 2024, you'll have a lunar eclipse in Libra at 5 degrees in this part of your chart. This is a closing of a chapter, may it be with an investment, a loan, or grant. Perhaps you close an income stream or a shared resource. This could also look like saying goodbye to a therapist, getting a new therapist, finishing a healing modality that perhaps was very helpful for you but you no longer need. You will have a new beginning in this area of life on October 2nd, 2024 at 10 degrees of Libra. So this could look like starting up therapy, getting a birth chart reading, getting a tarot reading. This is a part of your chart that is more taboo, so more occult topics such as astrology and tarot are also highlighted. This could also look like a new beginning in terms of how you intimately connect with someone. May this be through sex, may this be through secrets. So this could also look like getting a new investment, getting a new loan, paying off debt, or getting a grant, or creating a new shared venture with someone. Now let's dive into your career. So if you felt like things were a bit slow in terms of your career, don't worry, Jupiter is moving forward and ending its retrograde on December 30th, 2023, and this has directly impacted your career sector. So at the beginning of 2024, Jupiter is direct, and even though it's not in your career sector, it will directly impact your career. So you'll feel more opportunistic and expansive in your career. You might also be doing a lot more communication work or presentations in your career, especially until May 25th. Now, Jupiter will move into Gemini after May 25th, and for you, this will really expand and grow how you do work at home, but also the collaborations you have at work. So this is really great to note. You'll still be doing a lot of communication work. Keep this in mind. This is very beneficial energy. This will truly impact your career sector. So I'm excited for you, Pisces. Now, what's also important to note, we will be having a Mars retrograde after December 6th, 2024. And for you, this will impact your day-to-day routine, your health, your schedule, your relationship to coworkers. So with Mars in this part of your chart, you will be trying to rework your relationship with coworkers. You could get a bit more frustrated and annoyed with the people you work with. You could also feel like there are more delays when it comes to the work you're doing. You could also feel a bit more burnt out at work. Keep this in mind. Schedule in more rest now because you know this now. What's really important is if you do a lot of physical activity, is to be extra cautious during the Mars retrograde and to really make sure you're taking care of your health in the best way possible. Be careful. But honestly, this Mars retrograde is going to help you learn, okay, how do you have to rework your day-to-day schedule to your benefit? How do you have to rework the creative work you're doing every day so that you can feel more expressive, you can shine more? What does this look like for you? Now let's get into your relationships. So with Saturn in your sign for the entire year of 2024, you will be setting more boundaries in relationships. This is really, really great to note. You could just feel like you have to say no more. You could also feel like you will be more disciplined in the relationships you do show up in. Now, sibling relationships are heavily highlighted for you. So you could just feel like at the beginning of 2024 until May 25th with Jupiter in Taurus, you could have just very expansive conversations and very lively and optimistic moments with your sibling or close friends. You could feel like you're growing your inner circle a lot more during this time. So the people closest to you can just feel very high vibe and also very abundant, we do have a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction happening in this part of your chart on April 20th, 2024. So this is a lovely surprise when it comes to your inner circle, when it comes to your communication, when it comes to your local neighborhood. You could potentially go on a spontaneous trip to a place close by. Maybe this is a short 1-hour destination. This could also look like a lovely surprise happening to a close friend or a sibling, or you get a very lovely surprise from a presentation you've done or something you've learned. This could also look like making a breakthrough in terms of your communication style that changes the game for you. I will say this energy can burn you out, so keep this in mind. Take care of yourself. Don't overbook yourself around this date. But I am so excited for you, Pisces. Happy 2024. If you want to see how this all relates to your specific birth chart, you can check out my 2024 readings. I have a few spots left for January. Or if you'd like a birth chart reading or solar return reading from me, check out the link for that down below. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so much love. Take care.